That game had the worst fatalities too.
Oh, it's terrible. They pop bones out and they just spin bones. I'm like, come on, this is not.
It's funny because it's either two or three.
Pause.
You know, I enjoyed.
Why is that a pause?
You said spin bones.
You spin. That's not a thing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I enjoyed.
Made that up.
Yeah, I'm trying to ignore him. Sorry.
Ah, yes, whether it's a beer, a shot, or even a glass of wine, grab your favorite beverage and welcome to the Level 857 Video Game Podcast. We are your hosts, Alg857.
That's what they have.
Stikz.
Turbo 857.
And your boy BigChoco. What up?
And tonight we have a very special guest who's returning to the podcast. The most radical member of Game Review Click Media Glitch. He's been a big-time collector since he was 15 years old. He loves his role players, his survival horror, and also his fighting games, except when he's battling against Big Shark in Street Fighter V.
Yeah.
Please welcome, once again, the return of Reggie.
That was by far the best intro of the show ever. That was amazing.
I like that you threw that in there.
I had a feeling he was gonna throw some shit in there. I'm like, oh, yes, he is. Yeah, he's definitely throwing some shit in there.
Turbo, you was on that stream, huh?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
We were all spectating, actually.
But yeah, man, we talking about some bad video game sequels. This is gonna be fun.
I know Reggie's got a bunch.
I got some cons.
He's looking up at the wall for the bad sequels. He put them all in one spot.
I got a box here. I got a box of games.
He's like, this is the 2-cell area here.
I guarantee I got some controversial ones on there.
I got some that people will
too.
be mad.
They're gonna get mad. People.
I got
gonna
some,
get
controversial ones here.
I got some that people will get mad about.
Oh, yeah.
So how are we gonna do this, yo?
Let's start with Reggie.
All right, we got what we doing though? We naming
can I
one.
start last because I got to figure something out because there's a couple that I'm deciding between.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You want to do one at a time? Or
Are we going
One
down?
at a time.
We're going to do one game.
It's
Yeah.
either start from Chalk or start from me.
I can start
Doesn't
because
matter.
my list is super short.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't played a lot of bad sequels. So,
Lucky you.
my first one is Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Ooh, good pick. Good pick. What is your
Yeah.
gripes with that? Why is that? Why is it?
Have you played Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
I've seen it, and I like the fact that Mega
Have
Man
you
X is in
played
there.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3?
Yeah.
I rest my case. Not like
The 2-character team instead of the 3 kind of sucks.
no that I wasn't even mad about that. It's just that the it didn't it was clunky. It didn't feel as smooth as the previous games. The graphics were just not there.
Really.
It didn't look as good as it should have.
Ultron Sigma.
I liked it on the.
I really liked Ultron Sigma. That
I
was
liked
a
it
cool
on the
boss.
Vita, man. The Vita was good.
What? Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite?
Yeah.
That wasn't on the Vita, was it?
Was it?
No.
I'll be lying.
I'll be lying.
Oh shit! No, my bad.
It was on Xbox One and PS4.
I was thinking of a wait.
Which one is Zero in? Is he in Infinite?
He's in He's also in. I'm pretty sure he's in Marvel vs.
I
Capcom
gotta
3
see if I
Really?
and Infinite.
Oh shit, man! Why the fuck isn't he in Smash Brothers, dude? Jesus
So,
Christ.
so yeah, it's like coming from Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It's just ugh. Even though I hated Marvel vs. Capcom 3 with the comeback and with the X Factor comeback mechanic, but Infinite was just disappointing, dude. It's just
I heard the story mode was okay.
the story. I like the story mode. It's just like the gameplay was not where it should have been.
Yeah, it was on
At
the Vita,
all.
man. It's on the Vita.
Wow.
I own it.
Al, don't be lying.
No, it's on the
Okay.
Vita. I owned it. I'm like, I was confused.
well,
I'm like,
'cause
I would check his.
I don't remember.
Check his phone.
No, I'm not.
I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm not. Honestly, I'm not aware. I'm
Yeah,
not
look.
aware of the.
Yeah,
PS
Cyrus
Vita.
said 3 was on the Vita.
Yeah.
No, but I'm talking about Infinite.
talking
not-
about
not-
Oh, Infinite though.
yeah, I'm talking
My
about
bad.
Infinite.
I'll be lying.
He said, "I'll be lying."
It's part three. My bad.
But yeah,
Yo, Kev, get a shirt. I'll be lying.
yeah, and I really when it first came out, I was trying to. I went hard for that game, but it's just like I played Marvel vs. Capcom 2 after playing Infinite, and it's just like, damn.
And if you're saying that, you know that's a big
Yeah.
disappointment because I know you love those fucking games.
Yeah, and the roster the roster was not as impressive as it should have been, and they just Capcom just gave up on the game too because after they released a couple DLC characters, all right, we're done, we quit.
Well, that was the Marvel Universe.
They tapped
game.
out.
That was the Marvel Universe game, though. That's the MCU, the cinematic universe, because they couldn't use X-Men. That's why that kind of failed too.
Yeah, Yeah,
Big
yeah.
time.
The roster was.
You can't have
not-
Wolverine. You can't have any X-Men. Like, come on.
Oh no.
No Magneto.
Nothing.
You can't do that.
That's
you
why
can't
you
do
should have
that.
came out with that game.
Yeah, you can't do that.
But they were really banking on Guardians of the Galaxy and like Avengers. That's it.
But Zero was in it, man. That's all that matters.
I mean, the
man.
Capcom side was fine. Capcom side, right? The Capcom side was pretty good.
No, I mean the roster could have been better. I wasn't upset with the characters they had. I'm upset with the characters that they omitted. You
They
know
took
what I
out
mean?
mutants.
Yeah,
That's a big part.
Yeah, they took out Jean Grey, Storm, Wolverine. Like
that's the thing that happens with Marvel versus
you
Capcom.
you kind of gutted the cast with that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And
It was too much with Infinite. There were no X-Men.
yeah,
I was like, you shouldn't even.
and
come out.
Magneto, because Magneto was a favorite from
He was dope.
all of them.
Yeah, he was dope in those games.
Yeah,
you know?
Magneto was in like almost all the games.
Yeah,
You couldn't even beat Thanos with the snap. He should have been the boss.
no, Thanos was in the game.
Was he the boss?
No,
That's the storyline.
Ultron
They should
Sigma was the boss.
Wasn't they focusing on the crystals though?
Yeah, on the Infinity
Gems?
Stones. Yeah,
And he wasn't like the boss.
no.
Like you should lose and he can go psh, and everyone disappears. Like what the hell? Why would you do
Nah,
that?
they got tired of him doing it all the time. They're like, "Fuck you, man." They always
Exactly.
be having this shit.
Exactly.
I mean,
I need to get this going.
So yeah,
Ultron Sigma.
yeah. It
That's
while I
fine.
didn't hate it, it just was nowhere. It wasn't as good as it should have been. Period.
Okay.
Not bad.
All right. What you got?
All right, I'm gonna do a disclaimer right quick. Just because these games are bad sequels doesn't mean that they're bad games. I understand that some might be controversial on this list. All right, first one I'm gonna say right now. I mentioned this game several times during different podcasts. Ken's Rage 2.
Yes.
Fist of North Star is a bad. It's not that bad of a game.
Really?
Yes. As a sequel, I think it's bad. If you played the first one,
Yeah.
if you never played the first one, then you'll just be like, okay, this is not that bad. But if you played the first one, then you play the second one, it feels like the second one wasn't finished. It's like
They cheaped out.
they rushed it out the door. Me and Stallion found a glitch when you play two players. It's like if you're one of those Nanto guys, they do this combo move. You can't this counter move. You can't do it at all.
We never finished that game, and that says a lot. And we love Fist of North Star.
And, it was a 2-player game.
Yeah,
And you guys never
we
finished
didn't.
it?
We never finished.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, Turbo, they took out that where you do the special move. You know how it was zoom in on you when you did the super move and it make it look all cinematic.
They took that.
They don't do
yeah.
that in the second game, so it's like they kind of took that. I thought that was cool.
They should have
but they
gave
took
you
it
an
out.
option to you can take it out or keep it in. They took that out completely, so that sucked. They also took out hyper signature moves. You had two gauges. You had one gauge to get your signature move, and then you had another gauge to power that up. There were 3 different levels that were awesome to do in the first one. They took that out completely in the second one.
They took out the magic of
Yeah.
part one. They took out the feel of Fist of North Star.
Yeah, you
Out
remember
of the second
the
one.
Meridian grid? How you upgrade the character? That was cool.
Oh,
in the
that wasn't
first
that
one.
wasn't in there.
No.
Oh, that's yeah.
They had some cheesy scroll system, and it's like if you were the type of wasn't too bad, but if you kept fighting and kept killing enemies, then you build up your attack gauge. If you kept getting hit, your HP would build up. So it was just or your defense. It was like
They should have reversed the games.
well-
The part 2 should have been part 1, and
Yes.
part 1 should have been part 2.
They took out the jump. The jump was like a good thing. They took that out. They gave you some dodge move, which wasn't that bad, but when you use it, when you counter after you use the dodge move, it takes away from your signature move gauge. It was just bad design.
It was rushed. It was rushed.
Bad design. The stages were smaller. There were 2 what's the word?
Formulaic.
Yeah, there we go.
They never brought it out on PS3 in America as a physical. They brought it out for Xbox though, Ken's Rage 2.
Yeah.
But it came out as DLC. I mean, digital only for PS3, and I wonder why that happened. And maybe this could be it because the game was kind of subpar.
It was.
You think the game would have been cool if it was more maybe DLC next to the first one? It was considered like an expansion.
It should have been.
But with the same mechanics.
With the same mechanics as the first one would be cool. And it's messed up because they put every character you wanted to play as in the second one. The cast was really
it's really
big
good.
compared to the first one, and they just dropped the ball in the action. So, yeah, I can't forgive Megaforce for that. They've been on they've had a string of hits after hits, Hyrule Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors, Berserk, but Ken's Rage 2, nah, man, nah.
Guys, Joe Valley is here, and
Joe.
What up, Media Glitch?
Joe.
And,
What's up, man?
What's going on, Joe?
I'm glad that he's here because one of the games I was going to tell you guys about 3 bad games, and one of these games is actually Joel's favorite game.
Oh.
This guy for some reason loves Golden Axe 3. He said that's the best one in the series, and I think it's the worst one in the series. You guys play Golden Axe 3?
Golden Axe 3 is
Golden Axe
not
3 isn't
bad.
Are you talking about Golden Axe 3 for the Genesis?
Yeah.
For the Genesis,
Yeah,
yes.
it's not
Okay.
That's
Joel thinks that's the best one in the series, and he said it's his
Did I
favorite
play
one.
that
And I'm
one?
like,
That
wow,
wasn't bad.
Joel, what's going on?
As a sequel?
And
The first one's better.
the first, like, let me see. The first
One
one was
is-
good. The second one
Second
was good.
one was good. It was more like the first, but
Second
yeah,
one,
it's
second
pretty much
one
the
wasn't
same.
bad. And the third one wasn't bad. It had those, had a wolf. Was it like a wolf guy or a
It was like a
panther
and
type guy?
I don't. Did we play it though? I don't remember playing
That only
it.
came out in
I
Europe, right?
I think we did play it. And I liked it. I think we played it, and I did like it.
I got it upstairs.
I don't remember.
I think it's a good game. I don't think Gilead's Thunderhead with the axe. I don't think he's in it, right?
No,
he's
not
not in
in the
it,
third
right?
one.
It's
The
Axe-
Revenge of Death Adder. That shit was dope. The arcade.
That's
That
the
should have
best
been
That
Yeah.
one is incredible.
That
Yeah.
should have been 3.
Yes.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Joel loves that game, and it's like one of the worst games I've ever played.
He said he can't out troll the troll.
That
is
What are
true.
you talking about, Joel? You told me
He's
this.
a master.
He said he's never crossing this bridge.
He said the third one sucks.
I do remember enjoying the third one.
I
I don't think many people did enjoy that.
I don't
one,
remember
but
playing it, to be
It
honest.
didn't have a wide release, so nobody really played
No,
it.
it came out like
Revenge-
on the Sega channel, I believe.
Yes.
And,
Revenge of Death Adder was amazing though.
Yeah.
yes, that was a good one. So my other two here, I think one of the worst sequels ever, and I was excited for this game at the time it came out, but Tomb Raider: Angel of Darkness.
Oh.
Yes,
I played it.
That's bad, dude. I bought that game on release. I pre-ordered it. I was so excited to play it, and I was so excited I didn't even notice how bad it was. You know what I mean?
It took
Because
time
the-
to
it was a
like
new
settle
generation Tomb
in.
Raider game. I played the other ones. I was good at them, and I figured this one would be awesome too. And going back and looking at it, man, I cannot believe I got through that game. That game is horrible. The design is bad. The story is not really there, like really something that pulls you in. It has glitches in it that are horrible. It's just really bad, a bad sequel. And
That's just before they rebooted it, right?
Yeah.
yes,
that was
that was
right
the game
before
that
the reboot.
made them reboot it because they said, guys, you've been working on this game for years, and this is what you came up with. You're out of here, fired.
I
You know,
remember
took
that.
everything with you. So,
Yeah.
That wasn't Crystal Dynamics, though, right?
huh?
That wasn't-
No,
that
it
wasn't Crystal
no,
Dynamics.
That was Eidos, I think it was.
Maybe it was,
I think
yeah.
Crystal Dynamics picked it up.
Yeah, that's when they took the big change.
That's
Then
a
they
good
did-
one.
Then they did the whole thing again.
That's a good one, man. I
But Jason,
forgot
maybe
about
it needed
that.
to happen because we got the Tomb Raider Legends series, and that was on
Legends was
point.
good.
Oh, Legends was
Legends was
awesome.
good.
Multiplayer, freaking.
Which one had the bike, the motorcycle in it? Was that? Which one had
Legends
that?
1.
Was it?
First Legends, yeah. They had the bike. She got on the bike on one of the levels and jumped across the building and everything.
Yeah. But that was a good one, right? That wasn't the bad one.
Oh yeah, that was good.
That was a good one.
Yo,
Okay.
that
was
was
good.
good. And the final game on my list for worst game like sequel is Clock Tower 2: The Struggle Within.
Oh man. Yeah, I never even touched that one. I love Clock Tower.
I heard
you
bad
should actually
things.
play it, Jason. You.
I love Clock Tower, and it's cheesy.
I
Clock
shouldn't
Tower
even
1
say
is
that.
cheesy.
Oh.
But I never played 2 or 3. 3 wasn't supposed to be. 3 wasn't Clock Tower though.
Okay, the first two are connected. This is not the real part 2. They just called it part 2 in America. This is called like a side game.
Okay.
Called the Ghost Head. But the first two are sequels to each other. The one on Super Nintendo and the first one on PlayStation. Those are true sequels to each other. So those are the only ones you have to worry about when connecting the story. This one is a story on its own, and it is weird as hell, man. It's like
Should
I
play it?
don't even know what to say about it. It's like those old DOS games where you have to figure out everything.
Old
And it's like it's not obvious.
Oh, like a
and
Sierra game?
It kind of is, and if you choose the wrong thing, like you might not meet certain qualifications to get this item,
you
or
won't
it's just
have
like
it.
it's.
And you gotta read.
Just make-
you gotta read the instruction manual booklet, which is like a freaking like a novel.
I honestly say if you have like some kind of fact with you while you play it, that's maybe you can enjoy it like that.
Yeah.
But even then, it's weird.
Scissor
So
Man.
yeah,
Scissor Man.
He's scary, man. He's scary.
That had the best. That had the worst acting. So we're gonna do a show about that too.
Hell yeah.
That's hilarious.
A continuation.
That's funny. I never played that one, man. But one I played multiple times. He's behind the door.
It's so silly. Someone's walking at you like this with big scissors. Like
It was scary.
this fucking guy out of here.
He's scared 'cause it's-
He's not gonna catch me ever.
He will catch
No, he will not catch
It's
me.
so fucking.
He's so
the thing
slow.
about
funny
Scissor
as hell,
Cat
though.
is that he'll hide from you, like in certain locations. He'll be in a room and you don't even know it.
Yeah.
Like you go to touch a box and he jump right out with the scissors and just.
and you chop.
Yeah,
Them
it's
big
pretty
ass
intense.
scissors.
I always wanted to make a movie with that,
He's got them little ass legs. Like the fuck's he doing?
but he would have to chop your head off or something. Like, it'd have to be mad vicious if they
Yeah,
did it in a movie.
yeah. He don't look intimidating in the game. Like get this guy out of here, man.
It looks like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, just chasing you with big ass scissors. Sasquatch in time. What's going on, man?
Sasquatch. I did not know. I did not know that.
I did
was
not
a
know it was a
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
That's a Sasquatch. Yeah, I think
That's a
you're up.
Kanye list.
Kev, wait, Kev or Jay?
No.
Oh,
Kev had Fish No Star, and then
you're right.
Reggie popped in, and then
I got this.
Jay.
I got this. I got this.
Jay
Okay.
got like 50 on there.
So should I be controversial with my first pick?
Yes.
sure.
All right.
Shake it up a little bit.
Definitely.
Okay. My choice, I don't need some hate on this one because it's a good game. This is not to say it's a bad game. It's a bad sequel. Street Fighter 3 is my choice.
What?
Street Fighter.
That's my
listen,
favorite one.
I know it's a lot of people's favorite one, but it's a lot of hardcore fighters' favorite one. All right, so let me explain.
I can't even listen right
Street
now.
Fighter 3,
I can't even
the original. No, I'm not even saying like the second one or
The
third one.
expansions.
Not
Yeah.
saying Third Strike. I'm saying Street Fighter 3, the original one. When they said
Generation,
coming
yeah.
from Street Fighter 2, listen to me. Coming from Street Fighter 2, as great as that game was and all the renditions it had, to come out with something with just Ryu and Ken as the returning characters, like you're going back to Street Fighter 1. And you're saying all these characters that you grew to love, especially at the age we were growing, we're like, this is amazing. This is what a fighting game is. You come out with just Ken and Ryu and every other character in the game. You force Alex on us as the main character? Come on, dude. Like, you cannot do this on the cabinet. I'm like, where's Ryu? Alex? Who is this guy? And he's not fun. No,
He
like
felt betrayed.
it was a big disappointment until you actually played. I mean, listen, the game is good. The animation is great.
I can agree with that.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of animation. It was like flashback, but but I mean, as time wore on, there's a reason why it wasn't big in the arcades. But
You want to hear something crazier? Though?
Go ahead.
Ryu and Ken weren't even supposed to be in the game.
it wasn't even supposed to be a Street Fighter
They
game.
were added at the last minute because people were pissed that they weren't in the game. They found out, so Capcom added them in. That's why their animations are a lot better than the other characters, even though everybody's animation is great. But Ryu and Ken's animations are really on point. So the whole idea with that game, they wanted to like start fresh, but you can't start fresh because people grew to love those characters.
Yeah, that's very risky. That's very risky.
Street Fighter.
And they always do. It's always the third. It's like always the third game, and every it's
must
something
change
that
everything.
these
Sometimes,
companies always do.
I'll tell you another reason. At the same time that came out, Street Fighter Alpha was the game.
That was dope.
And that was the original
Street Fighter was
actual Street. It was a prequel, but it's the actual sequel to Street Fighter 2 because it had your characters, it had everybody in there. So they come out with 3. You can understand why I would say that wasn't my thing. I had to
Alex,
pick.
the main character. Ugh.
No, my main character in that was the chick with the gray hair, Storm.
Storm.
Alita. But
He said
she's
Storm.
She's basically Storm. But that was my character. I had to go from Ryu and Blanca to Alina because none of those characters meshed with me at all. I was like, who is this guy who's a fake Dowsum, who's a goo character? Like, this is not Dragon Ball. Who are these characters? Like, I don't like none of those characters. And the boss was in a thong. Like, I couldn't get
Oh,
it.
I hated Gil, and he was unbeatable
Gil.
at
couldn't
the
get-
time. He
I-
was such
at
a
the-
pain.
With the underwear.
At the time, I could not get into the game. I understand. I've seen the tournaments. I've seen people actually know how to play. And, like, it's a dope game when you know how to play it. And when you can parry the right way and everything. It's a deep, deep game.
Yeah.
But coming from Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter Alpha, that's when... And I know y'all going to hate. I know. It's fine. I got y'all to talk, see?
Yeah.
But-
No super moves either. I remember now
Yeah.
too.
No, it was
super
not the
moves.
right... It was not the right move.
No, it had super moves.
Not the first version of Street Fighter 3. They took the super move. I mean, oh no, I'm wrong. I'm thinking of the EX moves. Sorry.
No, you had to.
Yeah, there was different styles, but they had a super.
shit.
You only had to
forgot
pick.
about
You
that
could only
series.
pick one super though.
See, I
That's
got
what it was.
I got Overthink to come out and talk.
Overthinking the house. What up,
Yo.
brother?
Oh, the other
I got
Jason,
Matt
what's
to
up,
come out and
man?
talk. I got everybody. So
Oh, y'all missed what Overthink said.
Oh no, I
I
read
Okay,
that.
just
I read
checking.
that.
Just checking.
Overthink love to stir it up. He love to stir it
I
up.
love it.
Stirring the pot like I love how Overthink is stirring the pot like I ain't beat him down in Street Fighter also.
When Choco's
sorry.
winning, man,
I had to get that out of my
when
system.
he
I'm
gets
sorry.
beat up, I'm like, oh, I can't watch this anymore.
but and it's not like to say I can't play Street Fighter 3 either. I can still play that too. But yeah, like I said, out of all the Street Fighter games besides one, Fighting Street, no,
Fighting Street.
like
Chill.
that's the one I would not go to
Fighting
like
Street.
after that. Yeah. Like, so I mean, it is what it is.
Samaru might like Fighting Street.
Controversial, Jason. That's crazy.
That is
Street Fighter
Yeah, that was a heavy hitter.
Yeah,
Good for you, man. Good for you.
Jay's very
Right off
controversial,
the
man.
bat.
He's
Right
very,
off the
very.
bat.
You gotta get the pot stirring, man.
Are we going in order?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're next. now.
You're next.
All right.
You're next.
This is a disappointment.
His
More
little
of a
box of
disappointment
tricks.
for me. I got the physical copies here. I've been trying to collect all the Tetris, North American Tetris games, and this one was the most disappointing game. And I did stream this on Tetris Tuesday recently.
Oh, God.
It's Tetris
I already
2.
know.
Tetris 2. And I have multiple versions of it. This is the Tetris 2 for the SNES.
Is that Bombtress?
This is Tetris 2 for the NES and the Game Boy Tetris 2. Oh my God.
Wow.
It's not Tetris. There's
No.
nothing else I can say. It's basically Dr. Mario, which I suck at. Made like it feels like it was another game, and they were like, "Oh, this is a good puzzle game," because it's not a bad game per se, but it's just not it's not Tetris at all.
Well, at the time they couldn't think of another way to play Tetris.
There's even like a mascot in the game. Like it's weird, man. It's just a weird freaking game, man. It's just a weird game, and I was just so disappointed because I'm like, this
It's
is
not about making lines though.
No,
It's not about making lines at all.
It's about 3 dots. That's it. Three colored dots. You have to just like.
I saw you playing that. I'm like,
Dude,
what the fuck is this?
It was just,
I was like, I don't understand
I
what
was
the
just so
rules are. Get this
disappointed,
shit out
man.
of here.
So
I
are
was
you
just
saying
so
are you saying
disappointed.
Hatris is better?
Hatris.
Are you saying Hatris
God.
is better?
Hatris.
Is Hatris a better game?
That's
It is
actually an
a-
official. That's made by the.
That's the real sequel.
That's a real sequel.
That's the real
That's a
sequel.
real Tetris sequel made
And-
by the originator of Tetris.
Is Wetris better?
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, Retros. That's the perfect name for it.
Wetris? That sounds like a porn.
Yes. Yeah. It probably was. It probably was.
Sounds grimy as fuck, dude.
You still got to get the L shape.
You want to pay some wetris?
the
I have to
L
download that.
shape is the one that you got to get. That's the one.
Some waitress.
No, but it was really disappointing because I was just like, I'm always amazed to see like all the new stuff that they add to Tetris, but when you go far off of the
You got to keep the
What it
mechanics.
originated-
You got to keep the
Yeah.
main mechanics.
Was it the one that did it the right way? Was it connected? Is that the that one's fucking dope.
Tetris,
That one's
There's
fun.
There's a lot of
I like that shit a
dope
lot.
Tetris games.
That's Tetris and
that
it's
and the
dope.
Tetris PSP was
Yeah,
PSP,
that's how you
DS.
do
that
it.
was an awesome
Because it's
Tetris
still
it's
Tetris.
fresh. It's like wow, this is
But
really
I was
cool.
surprised. The PSP one did a lot.
And
Yes.
the other shit, I'm like, get this fucking
Tetris
shit out of
PSP,
here.
and it never ported to anything else.
It's not even a real game.
I didn't even know it existed.
only
Tetris
digital.
2 is a prank. It's a prank on
They
everybody.
trolled everybody.
Tetris on PSP?
Tetris on PSP was
Tetris
one of
on
the best
PSP,
ones.
and it's only digital, which sucks. Because
Only digital. Okay,
Yeah.
that's why.
yeah, exactly. I'm like,
You have to get a bootleg.
and that's the best version that I played so far. Like,
Did they make bootleg CSOs? Oh, whatever the fuck the car shit.
I'm gonna hit up limited run games. And be like, yo, make one for me, just for me, please.
Hey, Alvin, have you ever seen a Tetris 2 like tournament? Or have you,
No.
Hell
No,
Okay.
no. That's
Got
like
me wondering.
that says a lot, right? That says a lot.
It's got like 3 heads in there.
Yeah.
And those are the people who made the game.
Yeah.
The Japanese guys still pop up and be like, this is my game.
No, but it seems like it was named something else. Like it was developed as another game completely, and they just took the license, the Tetris license, and they're just like, all right, Tetris 2, and that was it.
There you go.
Yeah, because they could just make money off the name.
Yeah.
What about 4D Tetris? Wasn't that on 360?
Oh God. No, that was on the.
It was digital only.
I don't
right?
want to play this shit, but
That was digital only, I think.
the what was it?
Tetris 4D.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of 3D Tetris for the the Virtual Boy.
Oh hell no! Actually, it's
Oh,
on there,
that
right?
one? Oh,
you ain't getting that
That
one.
was horrible.
You're not getting that one?
Tetris
No.
with a virtual boy.
It's like $200, right?
No, I can't get that one. It's just too expensive.
expensive now? What's it going for now?
Last time I checked, it was like a complete in box. It was like three
That's
something.
Three.
Oh, you want to complete, huh?
Jeez.
Yeah,
Nobody-
but
nobody
I'm not
has
getting
that.
it. I'm not getting it complete. I can't. It's
Who has
too
that
much.
open?
And no, and I can't even. I can't even. Yeah, exactly. I can't even find the cartridge, so I don't even know what the price is.
Is
So
it open?
Nobody opened that.
I have no idea.
It's fucked up.
It's not even available. I can't even find that. But
Wow.
All right.
it's that and a few other. What was it? Tetris Plus for Sega Saturn. That's the other one that I can't pull the trigger on. Too expensive.
Fuck that shit. It's too many.
What you got over there?
First one on my list is Phantasy Star 3.
Oh, yes.
Sega Genesis.
That's on my list too. That's on my list.
Yeah, that's I've been on my I have such a love for Phantasy Star 1 and 2, and I've been like watching so many like YouTube videos on Phantasy Star 2 lately.
And 4.
Yeah, 4 is amazing. 4 is awesome. But 3, oh my god, I don't know what I know the reason why it wasn't good, and like there was only like one person from the Phantasy Star team, Phantasy Star 2 team that came over to part 3. And like everything was just fucked up. From the music was fucked up. The action, the enemies attacking.
Who made that?
Wait,
Who made
came
it?
from Fantasy Star 2 over to Fantasy?
I don't know the dude's name. Do you think I know these Japanese names, motherfucker? I just watched a documentary once. What's his name? I don't know him. Fuck. Shit. What's his name?
I was talking about a character cast.
No, dude. Like that's someone who helped make the game, not an actual character in part 2. Fuck out of here.
Damn.
No, but
Mitsugori.
yeah, exactly, right? No, but like everything in that game that was just such a disaster. And the only thing I could say that was good, it was the ending. It did tie into the games. That's the only thing I can give it credit for. But like everything else was just there was no Phantasy Star magic in there. It's like you're gonna have a big giant character with an axe about to attack you. And his attack, he just shakes the fucking axe. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm gonna hit you.
Yeah, like
What about the whip?
the guy is about to hit you with the whip, shakes the fucking whip.
That's
like
it.
you guys didn't have enough money to program this shit.
But in
finish
part one, they would do the whole animation.
They would do the whole.
Yeah.
on Sega Master System.
Yeah.
On Genesis, they can't move.
They had a big dragon. They open its mouth and it would shoot you. The dragon would go like this.
If they
Like
flashed,
what the fuck is it doing?
I think it would have been better if they just flashed.
It would make
movement.
it would make more sense.
No
it would
movement.
make more sense. But
So
it was
bad.
it was the effort on it
Old
was just
school Dragon Quest
the-
style would have been better.
dude, the last boss that everybody knows in Phantasy Star, Dark Force, right? The big presentation. He was this big giant creature, with his claws and and he just snarls at you.
Yeah,
That's his fucking
it's
attack.
like-
He just like he's about to fucking sneeze. Like what kind of shit is that? It's fucking terrible.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
No, but like that was I think they saw
dropped the ball in that.
They saw the feedback because Phantasy Star fans were pissed.
It wasn't a bad game, but it was a step back from Fantasy Star.
Oh my
2.
god! If it was its own game and wasn't named Phantasy Star, it would be like, all right, whatever. It's a role playing game. It's not. I'd put it up there with like Sword of a Million or some shit like that. But
It
like,
should have been a sort of a million.
no, it should have been part 2.
Exactly.
Definitely.
But like,
But that beat that. Sort of is better than freaking Fantasy
no, it
Star
is.
3.
It is. It is.
That's like one of the worst role playing games back then.
Yeah. And like,
Except for what? What's the other game?
What?
Warriors. What was it?
Miracle Warriors.
Miracle
But that's
Warriors.
Sega
No,
Master
no, I
System.
know.
That's Master System.
But that's the only game that's like.
That game's
on
fucking
the-
terrible. Fuck that game. Fuck that game. There's no sequel for that game because it stunk. But brought back some bad memories with that boss. But
Oh god.
But that was they definitely was like not finished.
no,
that game was not
but
finished.
the fact that the Phantasy Star community reached out to them, they're like, nah, this shit is terrible, and they did a great job of Part 4, and they fixed they fixed the series with that.
And then they
Oh,
ended
yeah.
it.
Yeah, and they ended it.
Sucks.
Yeah, it does suck,
And
but
they need to do that over.
it was a proper
Well-
ending. But
You might not. I mean, with Fantasy Star 3, I mean, it's kind of good that it came out because it kind of forced them
Yep.
to kind of like step it up.
yeah, no, it's
in a way,
true.
because it was with the fan feedback. So Fantasy Star 4 might not come to existence if it hadn't been for 3. But still, that's a game I'm gonna skip though. I don't want to even mess with
No,
it.
there's no reason. There's no reason to put yourself.
They
through
should have
it.
called that Fantasy Star Adventure.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
I think there
something
was
else.
a Fantasy Star Adventure for games.
Like a Gaiden or something, right? Like a
That was
yeah.
a gating.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But Fantasy Star 3 had at least the generation.
No,
thing,
no, you're done.
the
Damn, that's fine.
Don't give it no credit.
Marrying a different person, have a different
I
protagonist. That was kind of cool.
I saw like that mechanic didn't piss me off. The marriage part did. No, I'm just kidding. No, the.
So why have to get married at the end?
Yeah.
Just have a kid.
Why do you have to put the main character through marriage? No, I'm just kidding. No, but
He lost.
He has to suffer. He has to suffer.
game over right after you get married. Why does it keep saying game over after I get married?
You have to suffer. You have to suffer.
Why is my wife Dark Force? No, I'm just kidding. No.
Respectable. Holy shit.
She turns into him.
What's wrong with y'all?
She turns into him
I'm sorry.
Wow.
This guy.
after the honeymoon.
No, but that mechanic actually wasn't bad. It was actually cool because your son becomes. You have the choice of 2 different main characters in the next thing. But yeah, no, the game wasn't good.
Yeah.
Mommy says part 4 was $100.
Yep. Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
We bought it with Jeffrey money.
Jeffrey money.
Wow.
That's true. We bought it with Jeffrey
Oh
money.
boy.
You brought back what? Freaking Super Hang On.
Nope.
And Harry's Wii, whatever.
Nope. The Holyfield boxing.
Wow.
Yo, holy boxing. was
man.
We returned like 3 of those.
Oh man.
You returned three freaking.
You'd buy them from Matty Toy Stop for $20 and sell them back at fucking Toys R Us for like 50. That's how we got our games back in the day, man. Come on. Act like you know, Jay. Act like you know.
Every day I'm hustling.
KB for $10.
KB for $10.
Damn.
My mom was all about that.
My mom bought this for my birthday. We got no receipt. I just want some store credit, y'all.
Wow.
That Jeffrey money, man. That Jeffrey money.
There ain't no Jeffrey now. See what you did?
Oh, Reggie.
What's
Reggie,
on
you
your
don't
list?
have another one? Or you finished your whole list?
Another game? Like a bad. I did 3 already.
I thought we were taking turns, man.
Well,
well,
then
well.
it would have been his turn because if
Nah, he did 3.
No, because he
Three.
stopped in between
Oh, okay.
before whatchamacallit.
Yeah, I got another one.
I could do. I think I could do one more if you want to do a special one.
What you got?
You guys ready for this?
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised none of you guys mentioned this.
Well, we
Well,
got
we have
we still
a
got
bunch.
a list.
I still have a bunch, man.
Yeah, we still got a list.
Yeah, so it might be on the
I'll go ahead and
list.
say it. I mean, it might be a runner-up compared to the other game, but I would say Double Dragon 3. The
That's on
arcade
my
game.
list.
Wait. You said the arcade?
Yeah.
Double
Arcade.
Dragon
and
3
Genesis.
in general.
Double Dragon 3, the
In
arcade
general.
was terrible.
Yes.
In general,
Yeah.
they're
Yes.
bad.
NES, I enjoyed the NES one.
You had your moments,
NES one was better.
I enjoyed the NES one.
but compared to 2, come on.
As a sequel,
As a
it's,
sequel?
yeah, it's like
Well,
As a
compared to
sequel.
2,
kind of it was
a
a step
downgrade.
back. Yeah, that was a step
Two
back.
was
it was a downgrade.
was the
Pinnacle.
the pinnacle.
That was the
I had-
pinnacle.
I had
That's
three-
actually,
I had 3
a
and 4.
segue into mine.
I had 3 and 4 on my list. I had
3
3
and
and 4
4
on my list. They were the same. They took the same
I
spot.
have 4 also.
They took the
I
same
have 4,
spot.
don't I?
What did you have, Charles?
Double Dragon 5.
Oh, that doesn't even count, man.
Yo,
fighting game?
man. Oh, man.
That fighting game don't count.
Yeah, so exactly. Like, it wasn't a traditional Double Dragon game.
And they called it 5.
It was based on
They called it 5.
and not for nothing, like it was based on a cartoon that I was enjoying at the time. So at the time, I was like, yo, this game's not bad. And then I went back and I watched it.
Bait and switch.
I watched it on YouTube. I was like, yo, this game is hot garbage,
Dude, the
switch.
nerve to call it 5.
Bait and switch.
The fact that 4 came out 15 years after 5 shows you that they messed up.
Yeah, it's just Double Dragon's one of the most fucked with franchises in history. They just fuck with it.
Zero consistency.
Yeah, it's just this is amazing. It sucks. This is great. This is okay.
Because
Like,
Double Dragon 4 was also on my list, but I'll let you guys talk about that. But Double
Oh,
Dragon
there's no
5,
need
I'm
to talk
just
about
like,
that. There's no need to talk.
don't worry, I got.
It's just terrible.
it's just like, and
It's terrible.
and like the cast, it was a small cast too. It was just not great.
bad art.
That was a fake ass game.
Flying headbutt.
I didn't even want to mention it. I didn't even want to mention
What
that
kind of
game. It was so fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, Double Dragon 5,
Well, I knew somebody was going to mention.
definitely.
I think on the next round we should do 2 each.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like the lightning rounds.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Sounds
What
good.
else? What you got? You got another one? Oh, that was your last one?
That was one of them.
I got
You have
another
another?
one. I got another one.
Do
Last
another one. Do one.
It's like it's a bit of a cheat because it's every Dragon Ball Z game ever made. Besides like Xenoverse and Fighters. Like, no, because they rehash the same story across 3 generations of consoles for the past 20 years, and people still bought it. That's the same
you're
thing. That's the
included,
same
Matt.
reason why. No, I didn't buy Kakarot. I didn't
you
buy
didn't?
that.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
same story you've seen. So why even
Exactly.
buy it?
Exactly.
That's
why I didn't buy
They're
Kakarot.
refining it.
Not unless it was a 2-player co-op type of fucking thing. Then that would be fucking fire.
That would be
what-
different.
Yeah.
But were the sequels worse than the ones before it, though?
Ultimate Battle 22. Ugh.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure there's some in there.
but it's
That's
just
a bad game.
no, it's bad because you're just rehashing. It was a cash grab, rehashing the same story, retelling it.
The shit that starts with a T, part 3, people swear by.
Tenkaichi Budokai.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah,
Very
that's
fun
it,
game.
yeah.
they sweat that.
Budokai
So you
Tenkaichi.
can't
But-
say that's in that list. That's in the list.
No, it's not. But it's like, but it's no. They rehashed most of these games. Rehash that story over and over and over again. Like at least fighters tried with their story mode. They did something completely different and introduced a new character.
Plus, it looks better.
And Xenoverse again with new characters and like they
played with it.
they played with the story. So that
No good. Bad news.
that hurt my feelings, man.
Yeah.
Because like that's one of the main reasons why I didn't buy Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I was like, why am I?
It's like it looked good, but it's like
It
it's
looked
the-
great.
it's
It
the
looked
s-
great.
It's the same.
And I played it, and I was like, yo, this game is great, but I'm not replaying a story that I already know that I've seen.
So since I've
sworn
never
you
seen
bought
Dragon Ball, should I get Kakarot?
Yeah.
Yeah, why
No.
not?
Yeah, if you haven't,
If you've never
haven't
seen
I've never
it?
seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, get it.
No,
Like, I've seen
no,
some.
just watch the cartoon.
Yeah, that's true. It's the same thing.
You can do one or the other. You
I'm
want to
saving-
play through
I'm
it or do you want to watch
I'm
it?
saving him time because the cartoon is going to be much longer to consume.
Yeah, you're gonna get
Well,
two.
they
You're
have
gonna
the-
get 2
They have
episodes
the
of
edited-
stare downs. So
they have the edited
yeah.
versions though.
Still,
I watched some of those.
Stare down like
it's
two episodes.
still going to be longer
But
to watch the cartoon.
Tune in next week.
No, play it because
down
there's a
for-
stare down for 2 episodes.
Tune in
Yes.
next week
Yes.
as he takes 2 steps forward.
I'm gonna power up. Oh, you're stronger than I thought. Fuck, what am I gonna do? What is Goku gonna do? Tune in next week. Come the fuck on.
And then the next episode, Goku's powering up, and then he has a flashback, and then the episode's over. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and then he's dead.
Then he's dead.
And then he
Can't
comes.
explain why.
I know the story. I haven't seen it.
They
though.
pissed me off.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I was so done with that show. I'm like, you guys are killing me. Just fucking fight.
All right, who's
Excellent.
you next?
Turbo.
I'm next. I'll do a couple of these. These are kind of controversial.
Uh-oh.
Majora's Mask, I think, was a bad.
Yeah.
A Zelda game is on his list?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you
Zelda
never
fan.
liked
Wow.
that. You never liked
Are
that.
there any
game.
other
The
Zeldas
Zelda fan.
And then there's Zeldas that were bad.
that you would put
sequels.
on a bad sequel?
Let's see. There's other Zeldas on there that's. See, the thing is, every other Zelda is kind of start from scratch. They don't really
Like Wind Waker, it's its
Wind
own
Waker,
game.
It kind of
The DS ones you put on?
It's kind of a
Oh, no.
sequel to Ocarina of Time, but not really. It's kind of resets in a way, so it's like.
Still next one in the
But
title.
Majora's Mask is a direct sequel from Ocarina of Time, and it's like when you Ocarina of Time, you had like what 8 or 9 dungeons in it. Majora's Mask
Doesn't that
got
count as a
4.
DLC though?
What?
Like at the
Majora's
time,
Mask?
wouldn't that count as a DLC now? Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask would be a
They
DLC now.
sold it for $60. Yeah,
Of course,
It
of course they
Well, that's
did.
just Nintendo ripping you off.
Nintendo was
Yeah,
like,
that's Nintendo.
give me that.
would have
money.
been better as a DLC if they did that as a DLC nowadays. No one would have cared. People like it because they thought it was more of Ocarina of Time engine, so that's fine. But
Were they originally adding that to the hard drive system?
64DD, I think.
Yeah, was that part of that?
I think so.
That was probably going to be DLC for that then.
It might have been, yeah. It feels like it was supposed to be an expansion, but it had no adult link. You know, it's like 4 dungeons, the resetting of the 3. It was just like
Zelda on the CDI. Is that the animation one? The motherfuckers talking like this and shit.
Yes, yes. The wizard, like,
You just- why are you getting so close to me?
Yeah.
Why are you doing all
How
this?
come you
got
keep
something to
moving?
talk
Stop.
about.
Why are you
Stay
moving?
still.
What's
Stay
going
still.
on?
That was terrible.
I'd watch a whole cartoon like that.
Oh, I would.
Just one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Majora's Mask, it's like it wasn't. It can't compare to the quality of Ocarina of Time. So I feel
People swear by that game.
Except
man.
for the water.
It's not a bad game.
There's a cult following for that.
There's
Oh,
no bad Zelda, but it was a bad sequel. I thought it was a bad sequel, and I think
No bad Zelda.
my next one,
CDI.
except for the CDI ones, those suck. I know. I call those.
That goes without saying.
That's trash.
That goes without saying.
Those games are
Everybody
Oh
knows
my
that.
God, Marcus is here.
Oh no.
Sunset Hotline, my buddy Marcus is here.
Hey,
Sunset.
What's up, Sunset?
Oh.
What's up, Elvis?
Sunset.
Sunset. And
Yeah, sunrise and sunset in the
Right
chat
on.
right now.
Sunrise and sunset.
Oh, that's dope.
Sunrise and
And
sunset.
Elvis popped in here.
Elvis in here.
What's going on, man?
Yo, what's wrong right there? Oh my God, everybody's jumping in now.
Yo.
This is awesome.
What else, go?
Final Fantasy VII is a bad sequel.
Ooh.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
I'm sorry.
Talk about hot takes. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Oh, it's hot.
Here it is.
Oh, I'm burning up in here.
I'm not talking about the remake. The original, I say, is a bad sequel. Okay, because you play.
You count that as a sequel?
Yes, Final
So
Fantasy.
To
Even though they start,
Well, I mean, you just said Zelda had different stories, so
but
they didn't count that.
this is number.
There's a number
though.
on it,
This is
though.
a number. on
Yeah,
it.
it's-
This is a
unfortunately.
number.
But each
So,
one has a different story.
It's true. It starts. It does. It's its own
contained
story.
story.
It's its own.
But it
contained
is a
story.
sequel.
Well,
though.
it's a sequel.
It is a
Okay,
sequel.
okay.
It is a sequel,
Okay.
though.
All right, what's your gripe?
Now my gripe is this: the materia system is not as cool as the Esper system. You know, the materia. It's like they separated the Espers. You know, Ifrit's its own materia, Fire is its own materia. They should have put them together like they would have in Final Fantasy VI. Final Fantasy VI, you can have 4 people in the party at one time.
I'll give you that.
You have a cast of 7. Final Fantasy VII has what? 7 characters, 3 people in the party at one
Well,
time.
some are optional. Some you
and
don't,
and
you don't
some
have to
are
find.
even optional, you know. And you got someone like Yuffie as a ninja. She's not as cool as Shadow was.
Have you
know?
beat it yet?
Cloud, no, but I'm very.
And the
close.
original Final Fantasy VII, I agree with you.
And it's
Not the new one.
Cloud's story. Now, when you find out more about his origin, it's more interesting. I just don't think he's as compelling as Terra. I think Terra was a much better, deeper character.
I like
Yeah.
Terra.
You
Okay.
know,
I like Terra a lot.
you know,
With a comparison between 4 and 6, I can see where you're going.
yeah. It's like you got 4, and then you go to 6 update, and then 7. It's like okay, cinematically they took a step forward, but some little things went with a step back. You know, and I just didn't find the story as compelling in Part 7 as I did.
6
in
is a hard one to beat.
Yeah, it is.
6 is a
No,
hard game to beat.
6 is a
Yeah, that's top of the line.
yeah. 6 is a
I would say between that one and 9 are probably the best in the series. Not my favorites, but I would say those are like the real fantasy games in the series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still got
A remake, though. No, there's no question.
I can't wait to play the remake.
There's no
I'm
question.
sure the remake is.
Yeah, it's
up.
on PSN right now.
It's free.
Free.
Yeah,
You're a
give
Plus
me my game
member.
back.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
You're my game back.
It's free. You better get on that.
Oh, I gotta get it.
I don't think I bought.
Wait, Final Fantasy-
Actually, I think Al has my
No,
Final
I got it. I gotta
Final
get it. I have
Fantasy
to give it back.
VII. I think the original Final Fantasy VII is on Game Pass.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
guys,
yeah.
let me cut y'all off for a hot second. There's a little hot take in the chat I want to see.
Okay.
Who's that? Harish Merish said Cloud is the best Final Fantasy protagonist, and it's not even close. What do you guys think about that?
I
Cloud is my personal favorite Final Fantasy protagonist because I mean I've played 7, I've played 10, I've played Final Fantasy 13, and I played 15. And out of those protagonists, Cloud is still my favorite.
Okay. What about you, Kev?
He's of the modern ones. He's you know he seems cooler than Squall and you know Titus and who is the
Oh,
guy?
definitely better than Titus.
And
AC
Titus.
Slater.
And,
Why you hating on
AC
Titus?
Slater,
bro?
no.
You can't have AC
He's
Slater
not AC Slater.
as a Final
Why you
Fantasy
tell-
protagonist.
He is not AC
He's
Slater.
not.
He's
Listen,
trash. He has
at all.
shorts, suspenders.
I gotta go-
He looks
I-
like a douche.
I gotta second you on that because that I did not like. Final
Terrible.
Fantasy
He's
X.
Titus is a terrible main character.
just because of the main character.
Cloud is cool.
I didn't like.
Cloud
I didn't
is
like
all right. I'll tell you what Cloud
Cloud's
is.
cool.
I like Cecil
Cloud-
better. I do
Cloud
like
is-
Cecil better.
You like Cecil better?
I like Cecil better than Cloud. The other more compelling
Cloud as a
story.
character doesn't take shape until the remake. They actually did improve on what they do with all the characters in the remake.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay.
And until you play that one, I can understand how you would say, because I believe that Cecil, my bad. Cecil. Not Cecil. It's Cecil.
I like
damn it.
I like Cecil better than
Cecil's
Cecil.
not an American
Cecil
name.
sounds like your grandfather. Cecil sounds like a British arrogant upstart.
But yeah, his character is more interesting as a like people understand Cloud is like Square's token character. Like that's their default character. You think of Final Fantasy.
They
you
put
see
him
Cloud.
everywhere now. He's everywhere. Yeah.
That's what he is.
Yeah.
As far as a character though,
Cool
he
sword.
was very much a ghost type character in Final Fantasy VII. And he didn't have much of a personality. They like threw his persona on you. So you were to call yourself him.
Right.
Until later down the road. And he's still not
The
the best main guy that Final Fantasy's ever had.
Who's yours?
He's dope though. He's cool.
The last
and the look of
battle-
him is cool.
I think the remake
Give him
helped Cloud out a lot.
Plus he's in
Definitely.
every freaking
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
He's in Air Guys.
I agree.
He's in
Smash
freaking
Brothers.
Smash Brothers.
Yeah, he's
in
everywhere.
Everything.
There's a
Everywhere.
reason for
Every
that.
game for phone. All the
And
mobile games.
There's a
he's in.
reason for that.
And Advent Children help.
Advent,
like
Advent also helped.
Children
Advent.
help.
He's Square's
that out a
Sonic the
lot.
Hedgehog.
I just want. I'm just like you, Stikz. You're waiting for Kev to beat
yeah.
that last battle because I think it might change your opinion a little bit. It might steer it.
But if
that was
but how
crazy.
about this? How about this? If Cecil or Terra got the Final Fantasy VII treatment that
I think they
Cloud
have more to
did,
play with.
do you think
I think they have more to play
that they would be better of a character than Cloud?
Terra over Cecil because, you know, the way they can play with their character now, the layers that they'd have they would play out better on a remake. Obviously on Super Nintendo, especially Final Fantasy II being how early that was.
Yeah.
They didn't have many layers. But of course he was light and dark. You can play with that.
You could play a lot
play
with
with
that. Yeah.
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 So I mean
So all of you beaten Final Fantasy 6, right?
No.
Six?
Oh
I
wait,
have not.
six,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
I have not played
no,
All
6.
this talk has got me like thinking about it, like the sentimental moment in the game. You remember when the world is about to like fall
Yep.
apart,
Yeah.
and then the shadow's with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he says, "Go on without him."
Yeah.
And you can leave, but if you
can
leave,
wait for
he'll
him.
actually die. If you stay, he'll
Yep.
come
Oh, yeah.
back. That's so epic to me that you can save him.
Yeah,
If
we had to play the game over because of that, because that was my favorite character.
Oh,
I'm
we
like-
killed him, yeah.
Yeah, we
Like,
killed him
we-
at
we
first.
killed
I'm
him
like,
at
you've
first.
got to be fucking kidding me. My dude's dead? Oh, we got to play this shit over. Fuck this.
Harris, I'm not saying that he had no personality. I'm saying that the other characters have more potential to have more personality if rewritten.
Yeah.
If rewritten. Like I said, in the remake,
yeah.
Cloud is the man. I have I love Cloud as a character in the remake. And what they did in there. But before, like in the beginning, like you have to build with that. And they do very well with him after the
I
fact.
think they could do great things with Cecil and Terra.
But I mean, if they had the remake,
if
if
they
they did
did
the
that.
remake,
Yeah.
if they did 6 with the remake freaking thing, it would take
Oh.
20 years to do.
We wouldn't be alive when that comes out.
Exactly.
We'd be dead as fuck.
Well, hopefully I'd still be around. But I mean, it would take a long time. It would take a long time.
Yeah.
You couldn't do like a end of the world scenario and have it look as good. Like it's crazy. Like people want 6 done over rather than have it on the phone.
I love that one.
Right there on the phone.
Kev, was
But I
that,
can see why you would say okay.
That was your
that was-
second game, right?
That was my
I would have said
second.
8 though. I'm just saying.
I didn't beat it.
I would have
So,
said if you
yeah.
played 8, you would have said 8. I'm sorry.
what about you, Jay? What 2 you got?
Okay, I'm gonna do this faster. All right, what do I got? Okay, Strider Returns. It's a quick one.
Reggie feels that one.
Because Strider's an amazing game. That was the first 8 megabit cartridge.
Oh my God.
It was 8 megabits, man. On the box for Genesis. But when they made US Gold make their sequel, and it wasn't from Capcom anymore, it was not the same game. Dude, it was like, I almost said, and I could say the Nintendo version also, because that's actually, I don't know what's worse, Strider 2 or Strider for Nintendo.
You know what's fucked up? I liked that one at the time, but
I would
it's
say-
awful. It's awful though.
I would probably say it's got a little edge over Street Fighter, over Strider Returns.
Damn.
Because-
That says a lot.
And I could say the Strider for PS1 because it wasn't a completed game. That was a test. That was a test of Strider.
That wasn't bad though.
It was Strider for PS2. Or was it 1? What was it for? What was Strider for, the remake?
I thought it was the remake.
PS4 and PS3 and Xbox 360.
Yeah.
No. The first one. The first one they did. That was like, this is
It came with Strider. It came with a Strider 2 on PS1.
PS1, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one. That one was just like, this is this level, and then we're going to put this level, and then we're going to put this level. There was no continuity. There was no storyline. It was like, this is you in this level, and then it was over. It looked good. That's the first game I played on my PS2. Actually, yeah, it was PS1. Because the first game I played on my PS2, because I couldn't get no games. It was either that or Fantavision. And I said,
Foreshadowing.
I'm going to play Strider instead of Fantavision because I don't want to play this freaking fireworks game, which it probably would have been better. But it wasn't a bad game. But Strider Returns,
Rastan Saga.
it was awful. Rastan Saga?
I keep seeing that name brought up. He's got some bad memories with that game.
Listen, okay.
Jason.
I mean, I can jump into Rastan Saga too because I was a big fan of Rastan.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know you were a huge fan of that.
Is it Rastan? I don't know.
Rastan.
I called it Rastan forever. People call
Rastan's
it
makes
Rastan.
Rasta Saga.
Rasta Saga.
Wagwan.
Wadagwan. Boop boop.
Wagwan, Rasta Saga.
Rasta San Saga.
I'm gonna keep on calling it Rastan.
Strider Returns.
What's that?
Strider Returns actually had a pretty good game over scene. It was really cinematic. You remember the game over scene?
I don't.
How it had the last boss would be talking crap to you, and then he would like drop you into this pit, and then he start laughing. And then at the end, when it says game over, it shows the girl you're supposed to rescue, like crying, like come and save her. So it's like one of those continue screens to get you pumped up to play the
That's
game
some
again.
arcade
but the
shit
game,
right there. That's our.
Well, it
unfortunately,
came
not.
out That's like the Ninja Gaiden arcade where they had the blade
Oh,
come
man,
at you.
that was messed
Yeah.
up. That could take-
And then Final Fight where they had the bomb.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them like that.
Yeah.
No kidding.
To entice you.
Yeah, but it didn't entice me to buy that.
Nope.
shit.
It's like I'm done.
No.
He said,
Even back in the
done.
magazine, you saw that shit in the magazine. You were like, oh nah, I'm not. That still frame is not as good as the game I'm used to. The Strider was a classic, and I'm glad that they got that remake on PS3, and that was dope.
That was
PS3,
awesome.
PS4, yeah.
That was dope. That was the way it should have been.
Was that the red scarf one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that
That's
one.
after the Capcom
That's
versus
so good.
versus series.
That's
the
so
redesign.
good.
So that was dope, and I wouldn't mind seeing something else from them. But yeah, don't make it like Strider Returns. I'm sorry. And a quick other one is. I don't want to hit this one up yet. I'll do it on my next round. I got a quick one. So Earthworm Jim 64. Forget
Oh.
it. Forget that it happened.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
Especially since it's not 2D and it was the 3D. It was like a Bubsy. It was like a Bubsy with Earthworm Jim.
I have that on my list, by the way. Bubsy 3D.
I heard that was
So you can jump into that one next.
Bubsy 3D. Ooh.
But yeah, if you were ever thinking about collecting Earthworm Jim, skip the 64-bit
I heard that
edition. Don't get Earthworm
wonder-
Jim 64.
I heard that was booty hole.
I
'Cause it
wonder
wasn't
if
even
Tommy
made.
had anything to do with it.
No, he didn't.
Oh.
It had nothing to do with it.
Tommy's like, nah. Tommy's like, don't look to me at that one.
I was like, don't you dare.
Don't you look over here for that.
I don't think they had anything to do with the HD remake either.
No,
So
no,
yeah.
that's right.
1 and 2, that's all Earthworm Jim happen right now.
I have a bunch of games on my list, so I'm gonna do 3 instead of the 2 because to wrap things up. So it's rapid fire. Ready?
Fucking cheater.
Check it out.
Oh,
Ready? You guys could probably agree with me on this.
Mm.
Shank 2.
Shank
Shank
2. Shank
2.
2's on mine. Yep.
Shank 2. Oh my
that's
goodness.
That's hot garbage.
The first game was amazing. I actually recently wanted to replay it because it was
2-player co-op
yes,
for the first one.
yes,
Awesome.
yes.
They took away stuff in 2?
They took away co-op.
They took away.
They took
co-op.
away 2 players.
Why?
and the controls are
Well,
different.
co-op and Shank, that was a mode. That was a different campaign from the first one.
Yeah,
I
but
think, right?
Shank 2,
Nothing.
the controls were completely different. They changed everything from. I tried playing 1 and 2.
Was it different people made it?
I don't know. I was so mad. I didn't even like do it. I didn't even look at it. I was just like, fuck this game.
You've disappointed me.
I felt so
I'm
bad.
done with you.
I felt so just man, the first one is so much better
I like one.
than the
first
second one.
First one's
Okay.
dope.
Yeah. And the other ones, these aren't necessarily bad games. They're just disappointing games.
As a sequel, I would say
Um,
so, yeah.
Killzone Shadowfall for the
Ooh.
PS4.
Best game on release.
Yeah. This is a launch title. It's a launch title. It's just a default first-person shooter. Just very default. Very default.
It's not. It was slow. It wasn't. There was nothing good about it. I
Mirror-
beat it though.
Mirror's Edge, same here, but Mirror's Edge,
Mirror's Edge is dope.
Catalyst.
The sequel I didn't
The
play yet.
sequel.
I heard bad things about it.
I played Mirror's Edge. Awesome game. Very innovative. They changed the like a parkour type of
That was
stuff.
fun.
The sequel, they added I feel like they were over ambitious.
They made it open world.
They
and
made
that
it
failed.
open world, and then they also rushed the shit out of the game. There's many bugs. Too many bugs. I don't know.
Never
if they,
hear about that character getting your life.
That's it. I think they stopped after that.
Yeah,
That's
they
the
will.
next DLC character in Smash.
Probably, right?
Hey, you never know.
But
man.
yeah, these games.
Imagine.
I'd be like, who paid y'all off?
Very
No,
disappointing.
seriously, that would be a payoff.
Very disappointing.
Am I doing 2 or 3? Because I got 6 left. So should I
Whatever.
just
we
do
can
third?
bust out
If you
some.
want to do 3,
That's
I
depends
can
on
do-
how fast you can do.
All right, I'll do 3. We mentioned one before, but I'll bring it up. Double Dragon 4, complete diarrhea. I mean that they try to take basically everything that was dope in part 2 and make it worse.
They tried to trick us.
Yeah, they try to trick you.
We have our first playthrough online,
Yeah.
and we tried to appreciate whatever they did, and then we played it again,
And you couldn't.
and that was like, oh, we figured this out. This is doo-doo.
yeah.
This is not
The
like 2.
main bad guy's awful. 2 chicks with guns. Like what the fuck's going on?
What's better than one
Stupid.
guy with guns? 2 chicks
Yeah,
with
yeah,
guns.
2 chicks with guns. Like who are they and why? Like what
Do
the fuck
the
is
math.
going on? What's going on here?
It's so like uninspiring. The story.
Yeah, it's
of
a-
why
it's
they
a fake
acted as
story.
Billy and Jimmy.
It's a
Yeah.
fake story,
Did they
You didn't
punch
like the
Marion in
combos?
the gut and
dude. Listen,
kidnap her again?
There's no
listen.
Marion.
There's no Marion. They're like in some waste. It's like a Fist of the North Star story. Like it's some wasteland, and then like what the Double Dragons aren't in a setting like that. Like
They
what the
tricked you
fuck is
by taking their sprites though from 2.
Yeah, if it's
They
sprites
tricked
from 2. Yeah, they have the sound from the knee and all that shit. And
Talking about the combos though.
Combos is trash.
From the bad guys.
Bad guys, they have combos, more combos than you do.
What's the most devastating move in the game?
The jumping elbow.
Flying headbutt.
The jumping elbow from the abobo, he jumps straight up like this, and it takes away all your fucking energy for no reason. And there's like 5 of them.
Uninspired.
It is the biggest. And the funny thing is, you know how like part 2, they had the gear stage, you know, but it's like for some reason it was charming. I don't know why, but it was a charming stage.
They try to do it over.
They try to do it over, and it's awkwardly a giant gear.
It's just a bad factory.
And there's no like regular cool mechanic to jump on this part. No, you just have to wait and have it flip you. It's the stupidest.
The way I played through ends on that playthrough is hilarious.
Dude, it's
Just watch the end.
no, it's horseshit.
So,
And-
question: would
yeah.
you rather watch the Double Dragon movie or play that game?
I never saw a Double Dragon movie, so
saw it.
probably
I
I would check out the movie just for shits and giggles.
It's bad. Just
Both are bad.
FYI,
Both are bad.
It's bad.
stick with the game. Stick with the game.
You know what? And the funny thing is, I think I'll shut off both.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna make it through either one.
We played through the 4th one 3 times.
You probably, you could probably play. It lasts longer playing the game than watching the movie.
So yeah, that's on my list. Ninja Gaiden 3 for the NES
Oh,
Yes.
Ooh.
is on my list.
They
Fuck
messed
that game.
up.
I'm just gonna say fuck that game, and I'll tell you why. Because 1 and 2, dope stories, dope characters, dope music. Even though they were both frustrating and whatever, you know, they're all frustrating. Whatever. That's how the game is. The horrible, and the funny thing is, I played through half the game, right? So like, I recently went online and I'm like, let me look at the story. I want to check out the cinemas. Those horrible characters. No one even like the betrayal of the one character. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Clancy? Who the fuck is Clancy? Oh, all right. This person turns into someone else, and then the guy from part 1, Foster or whatever,
Yep.
gets fucking turned into nothing. I'm like, this is terrible. Terrible. It's a bad game.
But Irene.
Irene, she supposedly dies from the clone. Or, like, get this stupid story out of here. It's such a stupid story. I don't know who was doing that shit. And it really pissed me off. All right, this third one is a little controversial. The game is good. The game is dope,
okay.
but the music fucking stinks.
Okay, I know where you're going.
Streets of Rage 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I can agree with you on that.
Streets
a
of
good
Rage 3, action, awesome, co-op, dope, boss fights, dope.
That's not controversial.
But the fucking music is trash.
Yeah.
And that was Yuzo Koshiro. He was doing some experimental shit.
Doing
And-
drugs.
drugs.
But
He's
that's
doing some
experimental drugs.
Yeah, experimental drugs.
Yeah.
Listen, somebody got this guy.
Because he got high.
Somebody got him a sampler, and that was like the beginning of the sample age.
A sample.
Oh, he
of-
sampled
of
different drugs.
Yeah,
He sampled different drugs. Dude,
Yeah.
one stage legit was. That's not music.
That was my favorite.
That's not even.
And remember, there was
exaggerating
one
either.
track. It started off. I'm like, it started off decent, and then it went to. I'm like, what the fuck did you guys do?
You know what's crazy?
And
is
it
that
played so good, so good.
I recently played that for the first time.
We did. We just played it last
And
week.
it
2 weeks
played.
ago was like-
The action is fast. It's so.
Did
Yeah,
play
man.
good.
It
And
played.
Streets of Rage 4, if you play as the Streets of Rage 3 characters, the combos and the way the game plays is amazing.
Yeah.
It's fast and it feels good.
That's the way to play Streets of Rage 3 now. You got to get 4 and play with those
You got
characters.
play with them.
Yep.
Make the game 8-bit, 16-bit.
Change
You know,
the
the
graphics.
retro style.
Change the graphics ugly, and you got it.
Word.
But yeah, those are my 3. I have 3 left, but
Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
You're good? Okay.
Okay.
I got some.
I say my next or? No, you're next.
yeah, Kev's next. Kev's got like 7. No, I'm just kidding.
Break down 3 real quick.
I'll get Chippendale Rescue Rangers 2.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Well, wouldn't you say that about most of the Disney sequels? Like
Probably.
I don't remember hearing anything about DuckTales.
DuckTales 2, I didn't hear
yeah.
shit about.
Yeah, it was that great. I didn't play it, but we played we played Chippendale Rescue Rangers 2.
It's like a shadow of his
Oh.
former self.
It was. It was like it didn't scroll right. Like we were like at the bottom of the screen.
And it was like 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
We beat that game in seconds.
We beat it.
Damn.
Music wasn't that great.
And one
Bosses-
was amazing.
Yeah, one was.
I
amazing.
love 1.
It still holds up. One.
1
Yeah.
is so fun.
One is still great, but
It makes me wish they did a remake like they did DuckTales with that.
I just
they
hate the
should do
title.
that. No, they should do
Why
that.
don't they do that?
I don't know.
Because DuckTales, I don't know what the fuck happened
Speak
with
to
DuckTales.
Way Forward. They'll do that shit.
I'll holler at him.
They swear it was bad. It was great.
Let's see. Next one, Trials of Mana.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Trials of
Yeah,
Mana.
Now
yeah.
I played through the demo. It plays awesome.
It's
but
controversial,
I
man. What happened?
have problems with sequels, with multiplayer games coming out with sequels, they're single player. It's just like, especially when it's a remake of a game. It's even a remake of a game that was multiplayer. And you're like, okay, maybe I'll make it 3 players because the first one had 3 characters, even though it was 2 players.
Yeah.
They didn't even do that. Let's make it 1 player.
They fucked that
Dude,
up.
imagine if
And they added voice acting, fucking like,
And it's a good game.
it looks incredible. And they
Imagine-
fucked it up.
imagine they did that with Streets of Rage 4. They make it 1 player.
Oh, I'm gonna have to talk to somebody.
Yo,
I'm gonna have to talk to somebody.
They're releasing it like, wait, what?
It better have a hell of a
And it should have
story.
been named Street of Rage.
Street of Rage.
Rage of Street, damn it. Name it right.
They had Secret of Mana 1. They remade that. Still kept it 3 players.
Yes,
And
it was.
they got bad reviews though,
And they took out the multiplayer.
so they
Like,
changed
it's-
it,
no, that's
and they
not
got better
cool.
reviews.
It's like it's messed up, and
That's
it's
not
sold.
cool,
It's
man.
sold more than $1 million. It's selling
Yeah.
really well, but it's a dagger to the heart that that's a
Yeah.
1-player game because
They made it in the Secret of Evermore.
There you go.
They made it in the Secret of Evermore.
That's pretty crazy.
That's fucked
I had no
up.
idea if they did that.
Disappointing.
They hacked
Could they
hacked the original title into 3 players, and they couldn't do that in the remake.
Did they even talk about like releasing like a DLC? Of,
No,
like, a
nothing.
Nah, you know what the
multiplayer?
guy said? The guy said we want to focus on the 1-player experience.
Yeah.
What, for a
Oh.
fucking multiplayer game?
Yeah,
You could hit 1 player if you want. That's the 1-player experience.
Dude, I mean, wow.
At least add
so
it in there.
stupid.
I guess they didn't get the
Yeah.
camera angles right for multiplayer.
Maybe not, but it's like it's disappointing. Next game, another game in the Final Fantasy series, Final Fantasy V.
5.
But I never came over here.
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
I played that.
he said I played that though.
Actually, no, it came out on PlayStation. They did release it.
Exactly, and it was just like if you're
Did they?
coming,
I think they did, right?
dude, and it came out later.
Came out on PlayStation and Game Boy Advance.
Okay.
Yep.
America.
And the thing is, if you play Final Fantasy IV, and
You
then
are a
go
woman.
5,
Did they have a twist? I stopped playing when they had that twist.
no, I think there was
was
one
a
character
woman.
that was a guy that was a woman. I
Yeah.
think there was one.
They
character
switched
in there.
my gender, and I was like,
No, because there's 4 characters, right? And you think it's 2 guys, 2 girls, but it's really 3 girls and 1 guy.
that story was
I
weird.
think it was a weird story. They had like a gold base.
3 girls and 1 guy. Okay.
Oh, 3
Doesn't sound
Eric's like, sign me up.
Sign me up for that sequel.
Sign me up.
Sounds
I want to be the main character.
Sounds like the greatest game ever made.
Ew, man.
Why are you Macho Man?
But what if you're the girl? Let me talk about
They tried to innovate with the job system. You master one job, do a skill with another one. It was trash. I did not like it. They kind of had a thing where the world ended or the world changed, like Final Fantasy VI, but it was much better. In
So
Final
there's a
Fantasy
reason
VI.
it didn't come out here.
Good,
It's like-
good. They just took that idea of the world ending and put it in 6.
Yeah.
There's a reason why. Yeah, there's a reason why there
Yeah.
was certain Final Fantasies that just did not come out here for a long time.
Makes
you know,
sense.
and that was one of them that should have just stayed where it was. Didn't like it. Those are my 3. I got more for later. But it's,
Okay.
I have a shitload of titles. I'm just gonna name the title. Listen, there's
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
All right, there's one I want to talk about.
You got burned a lot.
because it's controversial again. Yeah. I'll say that last, but I'm gonna say about 5 real fast.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let y'all in the chat go over those. And all right, so what do we got here? Devil May Cry 2.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think that's on a lot of people. I never played it before because
Yes.
people said it was terrible.
It's a bad sequel.
I played it.
It's
Yeah,
a
that's
bad
mine
sequel.
too.
That's actually on my list.
wow.
Yeah, Devil May Cry 2.
I heard
Yeah.
that was terrible.
I never
Oh,
played
Devil
it,
May
so
Cry
I couldn't
2,
add it to my list.
That's I thought you said Dead or Alive too. I was like, where?
No. Devil May Cry 2. Duke Nukem Forever.
Never
For
played it.
obvious reasons.
Never
Okay.
played
For
it.
obvious reasons.
I played
Gotta
it
be
a
on
little
there.
bit of it. It's trash.
Sonic 06. For
Oh my
obvious
God.
What is
reasons.
Sonic? What is Sonic
Oh
06?
my gosh. For the
Sonic the
360.
Hedgehog.
360.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh
It
my
had
God.
Silver the Hedgehog or whatever it was.
So-
It had
Was
Silver
Was it
and Shadow.
Was it 3D or?
It's
It
the one
was-
where you kiss the human.
You go into a human town.
Oh God, I never
and it was-
fucked with that. All
Someone in
right.
the chat mentioned.
Yeah, I never fucked with
Yeah,
that at
someone
all.
in the
It
chat
was
mentioned
bad.
Sonic 06.
Yeah.
No,
It was
bad.
glitchy as all hell.
It
so
was bad.
You
bad,
fall
bad,
through the
bad.
floor. It's just a bad.
Oh,
game.
thank God I never played that. Okay.
The Universal, well, Crash Bandicoot made by Universal. After Naughty Dog, every one of them made not by Naughty Dog are not good. They're not good sequels. And then they recently changed that, so now they're better again. But that's why it's called Crash Bandicoot 4, and they forgot about all those.
They forgot about the other ones.
Yeah. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5. It's a glitchy. It's just a glitchy mess. So
Yeah,
one of the
no,
games that's
it's-
considered one of the best of its kind
1 and 2 are
to
great.
come out is complete trash.
Yeah.
And what else do I have? I have Contra Legacy of War,
Legacy
the
of War.
3D one on
Yes.
PlayStation.
Yes.
Wait, didn't you kept play? Did we play that Legacy of War?
It's an overhead Contra. It's
I think
terrible.
we fucked with
I
that.
think
We
we-
actually liked that
Yeah,
game.
we
Yeah,
thought
we
we
actually
did.
enjoyed
As a
that.
Contra sequel, better than a regular Contra.
It's been a long time since we played it, but we actually played it and liked it, from what I remember.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not
As a
saying
sequel?
any of these are bad games.
No, I'm saying I remember. I remember that.
As a sequel of a 2D,
If you had to
A
pick
lot of
one-
people hate it though.
it's
A lot of people hate it.
bad sequel.
If you had to pick from one of the,
WWE 2K15.
I have that on my list.
right?
I have
So
that on
I'll
my.
let you talk
I
about
have
that.
that
one.
15.
oh,
And all right, I got my. All right, here's my controversial one.
Uh-oh.
I'm ready.
Mortal Kombat 3.
oh shit! I thought you were gonna say
Really?
Mortal Kombat 3. In comparison to 1 and 2,
Yeah, man, it's-
Mortal Kombat 3 was a huge letdown.
That's the one with the combos. The
It
first
was
one with the
with
combos.
it was the one with the
With the
combos,
running
run,
meter- with the running
run
meter
and
and
the
the
stiff. No,
Okay.
it was too stiff, and the characters were uninspired. Striker.
Oh, you always
like-
hated that game. You.
Curtis Striker, I like him.
I mean, some people may like the characters, but in comparison to 2, which was my shit, 2 was amazing.
Yeah.
Just the way that they changed the way you play in it.
Yeah.
Some people like that combo system where the
Yeah.
Killer Instinct combo system, which was done way better in Killer Instinct.
3's it's a tough number, man. Sometimes it's good, but
3 was the
it's
worst.
really tough.
If you
That game
compare,
had the worst fatalities too.
oh, it's terrible. They pop bones out and they just spin bones. I'm like, come on, this is not.
It's funny because it's either
I
2 or
enjoy-
3.
pause.
You know, I enjoyed
Why is that a
You said spin bones.
You spin? It's not a thing.
Wait,
It's not a
what?
thing.
I enjoyed.
Made that up.
Yeah, I'm trying to ignore him. Sorry.
Reggie lost all his drink.
Yo,
Yo, that's the intro.
bro.
But yo, I enjoyed Mortal Kombat 3 for what it was.
I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just
Not
saying
a
that's
bad game,
out of,
but
out of
I-
all the
yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
Disappointing.
That's the one I don't want to play
Right.
ever,
Okay.
ever,
Okay.
Yeah.
ever.
Ever.
Okay.
And they have the ultimate. They have tons of characters that are all the same.
Yeah,
Like,
I love the cyborg
I-
ninjas, to be honest.
Cyrax and stuff was cool. There's cool
Ultimate
stuff in
Mortal
it.
I was
Kombat 3
nasty.
was
I was
better.
nasty. I
But
was
people
nasty with
needed
them.
they were fiending for Mortal Kombat, and they just said, okay, this will work, I guess.
They did a trilogy. I remember that one too.
Stikz, I'm actually surprised you didn't say this game. Burnout Paradise. It's a
I
controversial.
knew you had it on yours. I knew you had it.
What?
on
I don't
yours.
have. You know what's funny is that I remember buying it. I remember owning the physical
I remember
copy.
buying it. I think I returned it.
I think I returned it also.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was looking for it, and I'm
Yep.
like, "Where is this game?" I know I had it, and I think I did return. I think I
even got the remake on the newer systems, and I was disappointed again.
so disappointed.
Damn.
Man. I didn't even try to get that, man. I knew they weren't going to do anything different.
I was like, "Where's my
like,
race?"
Listen, man, you
Where's
can't
the race?
can't take an arcade racer and make it open world and try to make it into like a simulator. Like no,
Some
man.
people love it. Some people
No, but
love
this
it.
that's
if
why I
you-
say it's controversial because people like they actually.
if you
do.
play Burnout though,
right,
it's a terrible sequel.
Yeah.
It's the Burnout,
yes,
the actual
Yes.
game, arcade game Burnout.
racing game.
Name it some other shit. If
Yes, no, it was very disappointing.
you have to spend 20 minutes looking for your race,
Oh my god!
like the game is not as
Dude.
good as.
when the race starts, you're like, I got lost. I'm like, where am I supposed to go? Where am I supposed to go?
I went right into a curb. I was like, "Yo, dude, where's the race? This is not fun to me."
I was like, not liking it, man. But you know what? They made a remastered version
Yeah.
of it, so that means
They
it
made
did-
their money.
It did sell well.
Why couldn't they do 3?
Unfortunately,
Come on.
unfortunately, it sold well.
3 in revenge
But-
is all we asked for,
Like and
and that's all we'll beg for forever.
Yes, I mean they did. What was it? Driving Dangerously.
It was a freaking
I got
broken
that.
game. I bought that. I supported them.
I did too, man. It's just because
Broken.
everybody that wants Burnout, it's like, you just.
You miss
No
a turn
love.
and that 8 cars past you. I'm like,
Yeah,
dude, this
no.
is stupid.
Kasano Magic knows your pain.
Oh, man.
Same thing about Sasquatch. Yeah.
It's,
See, they
it's
know.
terrible, man.
People who know Burnout know
Yeah,
that.
man. It's an arcade
If
race.
to drive
fun.
around to get
Kind
It's
of.
like imagine taking Outrun and making it open world. And
Surprised they didn't. I'm surprised they didn't.
I am surprised they didn't. But
Open world outrun.
yeah, like an open. You got to find your race. You got to like honk your
Have to
horn. Whatever. Like,
find
what
the
the
race.
hell, man?
Fucking Tokyo Extreme
Dude.
Racer did it correct. I don't
Yes.
know what they did in Paradise. It's nobody's Paradise.
They could have called it that. They coulda-
Damn.
They could have called it Tokyo Extreme Racer. or something.
So that's nobody's paradise.
Burnout
Something,
hell.
Yeah.
What you got in
alright.
your hands?
lot of
So
anger.
all right, this one I didn't know if I should put this on the list because this is a remaster, I guess, or a,
No, it's
a
a
reboot.
it's a
I mean,
sequel.
it's a reboot, but it's a sequel.
It belongs on there.
It's
All
a
right,
reboot.
Prince of Persia that came out on the Xbox
What?
360.
No.
I personally,
The first
that
one,
game.
not the
That's
one
my
that
favorite
where you
one.
should stop time and anything like that. No, this was the one where it's
You can rewind in that.
you can, right?
Yeah, you can.
No, I'm sorry. The thing that messed up this game for me was the fact that you could not die in this game.
You
Like,
can't die because the girl protects you.
yeah, like that.
Really? There's
Yeah,
no
you
die.
couldn't die. No.
yeah.
Comparing it to the magic of Sands of Time, I can see why you think that was
Even
a
that other
disappointment.
reboot they did that came out that was I think it was on the 360
They did
also.
another
one.
It was dope. I like that one.
Yeah,
but
well, that was
I
the
never played that.
Sands- the Sands of-
I enjoyed it.
You like
It
that?
wasn't a bad
that's
game.
it. It was the Forgotten Sands, the one that you're talking about. That
Okay.
was good.
I like that one.
That was
Forgotten
good.
game.
The Forgotten
That was
Game.
the worst game.
No, that was a good one. But this one, it was just, it looked beautiful. It played good. The
You can
controls
say
are good.
the Prince of Persia remake. Sands of Time remake.
yeah, oh, yeah.
Before it's even
Oh,
out,
yeah.
you can say
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Pretty much.
Alvin, you gotta give it another chance, man. Come on,
What, this
give it
one?
another chance.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Listen, man, I like puzzle games too, and I like trying to figure out how, that's
There's
basically
some
the
good
game.
puzzles
It's
in
like
there.
trying to figure out how to get from one
I remember it not being
area
that
or
bad.
whatever.
I remember
It
not
wasn't
that
bad, but it wasn't. It didn't feel
It
like
didn't
Prince of
do. It
Persia.
didn't have magic. When a sequel doesn't have the magic that the older ones had.
I think they just went too far off on a different path from the original.
But
like,
it says
Sands of Time.
sure contender for game of the year. That's what IGN said.
Yo,
Yeah.
Contender for game of
they
the year.
got
the first
paid to say that.
No
Damn.
pun intended, but like Prince of Persia game, you can go anywhere you want at a certain point.
Yes.
So it's pretty cool, man. And the ending, I mean, I don't want to spoil nothing for you, but it's just like I know you don't like the fact that you can't die, but there is a trophy that you get if you don't die a certain amount of time. So that could kind of be your
Really?
incentive of not to get killed, like your punishment if you don't get that trophy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Then
I didn't know.
Yeah.
that. I you know what?
it's one of the harder ones to get, obviously.
I'll
but,
see
you know,
if I
don't
can. I'll
get
try
killed.
to revisit it, but you know.
I'm gonna keep reminding you.
Reggie's like,
Oh,
nah,
I know
gotta
you
play
will,
this.
man. I know you will. And
Daniel Loopy in the chat.
Hey, what up, Daniel?
And Sasquatch the Time says,
you mentioned this one already.
hold up.
Oh, what's
He
that?
says open world outrun. You can crash. Your lady falls out. You go pick up a new girl.
That's actually a good idea. I like that.
Yeah. Like, oh, her knees are all fucked up.
Yeah, yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
we got
Holla, holla,
holla, holla, holla.
This one, I think you mentioned this one before.
Call of Duty
Call
Ghosts.
of Duty Ghosts. Yeah, Stikz mentioned this before.
But
so-
there was an earthquake and a flood, though. That gets no points.
You got a dog, man.
And a dog.
And a dog, right?
Hey, trash
Yeah.
game.
But yeah, that's it. And I have 3 more, but I'm gonna wait till the next round.
All right, I got my last 3 in an honorable. WWE 2K15.
There you go.
Absolute hot garbage. Trash, because 14 was so dope. That was like WrestleMania shit. And they took away half the roster, up the graphics, eliminated so many match options, and the game stunk like shit.
It was too early. It was,
Damn.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It was forced out. Let me just get this fucking money that the wrestling fans like. Nah, screw that shit. You didn't get my money.
Look how well it did now.
Yeah.
That's when the new systems came out. And they
Yep, and they were just all graphics, entrances,
Yeah.
graphics, entrances. Fuck gameplay.
Yeah.
Vandal Hearts 2.
Yes.
Oh.
That was on my list at some point. I forgot.
Hot garbage. I played 20 minutes of that and shut that shit off.
And I love Vandal Hearts.
Vandal Hearts 1 was good. That was fun.
2 was complete shit.
What was wrong with part
Part
2?
2 was complete shit.
Sprites were smaller and uglier. Gameplay was terrible. The characters
The
were
art design
art design.
was terrible.
The main character, if your main character is trash, I'm not playing that shit. You could try to force, like, oh, this is the main character, you gotta be in there, you gotta build him. No, screw it. No, that game was awful.
Any charm that was in the first one was completely ripped out.
Yeah,
Fatality.
they took the life out of that game. Another one is Valkyria Chronicles 2.
It wasn't bad, but I
wasn't
mean,
bad.
in comparison to
Fuck
actually,
that game.
in comparison to the other ones, it wasn't
Wow.
as good. In comparison to the others,
All
it
right,
wasn't
listen.
as
I remember that was for
good. That was the one in school.
That was
PSP, right?
for the Vita or
PSP.
PSP. I remember when I was when I was doing that what was it, the private investigator job way back, and I was like, yo, listen, I need something to play while I sit here for like 8 hours in the car, and you're like, all right, Valkyria Chronicles 2. I was like, I never played it, blah blah blah. There's all this school bullshit going on. I'm like, all right, let me try to get to a fight. I lost interest mid-fight. I'm like, I can't even. This is not the magic of part 1. This is not a
It
true.
wasn't.
This is not, because they had compelling characters.
3 was better. 2 was not.
Well, to be
No.
fair, it
And
was
4 was obviously the way back to It was back to the roots.
To be fair, though, it's a handheld.
It was a portable. Yeah.
The portable versions of the games were never.
But it really didn't
Changed.
follow. It didn't follow the
No,
anything
didn't find
like
the
first
lore
one.
that
it
it was
didn't.
just its own
No, you're
thing.
right.
Yeah, I was like, man, this is highly
No.
disappointing for me, and I didn't like. I will if I like the first of a game and I really enjoy it, like Valkyria Chronicles 1,
Right.
and the sequel's out, even though I'm not a handheld person, I'll give it a shot. And then I was just like, man, y'all just killed me right there.
Three was better.
And,
was much
and
better.
4 destroyed it. And my honorable mention, I also saw it in the chat. And I enjoyed the game. I played it with Turbo. I enjoyed the game, but it was disappointing in a lot of ways, was Resident Evil 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's on my list. too.
Yeah. It was
I didn't put it on my list, but I should have put it.
it started off awesome. I liked it.
I do like the game.
They took a lot of Walking Dead shit in the beginning, the feeling trapped by zombies and stuff like that. But they did so many quick time events, and when you're Wesker's son and you're punching zombies and doing these fighting moves, I'm like, all right, we're going away.
You didn't like that?
Yeah,
It's
Too
not.
much melee. It was
Yeah,
a
it was
lot-
too
there's
much-
Too much
That was
It
a
melee.
wasn't
new-
a
that was a
bad
new
game
game,
though.
the game was
It wasn't
not
bad.
bad.
It wasn't a
wasn't
bad
bad.
The
game.
game-
It just wasn't Resident Evil.
Yeah, the game was not
in that
bad.
sense.
Well,
I
when you
enjoyed
compare it to the other titles in Resident Evil,
especially
Like 7?
especially 2 remake.
7 doesn't count.
Two remake was so good.
If they remade 6, would you care?
If they did it with more survival horror and kept the co-op, yeah, I'd care. I'd give it a
If
shot.
they took
Nah,
the Call
give-
of Duty out of
Yeah,
out
Nah,
of
Yeah.
give,
Resident Evil.
nah, give me my action horror.
Gears of
Son.
War.
Give me my action horror.
because you don't like getting scared, right?
Nope.
But you still gotta play an action horror this year.
This
Nah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna play
yeah.
Resident Evil.
No, you don't
2.
have to play that.
Okay.
Yeah, 2
Okay.
remake. Yes.
Nah, I'm gonna play Resident Evil 2.
And yeah, stream that shit.
And Last
Hell
of Us.
Yeah, whatever, man. I'm gonna play it.
Yo, the chat wants to see you scream
Pretty
like
soon,
a
too.
bitch.
Yeah, whatever, man.
We want to
Like
want
this
to see
month.
you scream.
This month is coming.
I got one I could mention real
Ooh,
fast.
nice.
I talked about this on the channel before. I did a video on it.
What happened to your
And,
camera, Reggie?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And,
see
and
it.
we're
I
still
see-
talking about disappointing sequels, right?
Well, I see S for Skype, not sequels on your on your video feed
Yeah,
right
man.
now.
You cut your video off?
Where's your video at, Reggie?
Oh, I'm not on camera?
No,
Yeah, man.
no.
Oh, shoot, I'm not. I didn't even notice.
What you doing behind the
Oh, there
scenes,
he goes.
Reggie?
There we
You're
go.
back.
I'm making a concoction. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
But,
The grapefruit is good, right? The grapefruit's good, right?
Yeah, it is, man. That was really good.
See,
man.
I told
was
you.
like, Damn. Okay.
With some vodka.
Gotta try it.
The game I wanted. We're still talking about worst sequels, right?
Yeah.
Damn
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Remothered Broken Porcelain.
Ah,
for
yeah, I
PS4.
remember.
I heard some like it was glitchy as fuck, right?
It was a little glitchy.
No, it wasn't a little. It was unfinished. there was certain stuff where the controls wouldn't even work, and
You
I
were so
thought I was
excited.
doing something wrong, man. But the game was just really. They put it out, jacked up, and they were hoping that day one patch was going to fix it. The day one patch didn't come out on time. They had to wait like 2 or 3 weeks to get it the right one in there, and the game was still messed up. And it shows you like a lot of these developers use the day one patch as a crutch. Because they know that they have a shoddy product, but they want to get it out on time.
Oh, it's
And
worse.
it was very disappointing because I was waiting for this game all year. I love survival horror, and it's just when you play something like your first impression of a game will possibly be your last impression on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you want
Yes.
them to be on par, and this game was just a mess, dude. I put it down. I didn't play it for like a month before it was playable somewhat, and then I finally beat it. And but I was just so disappointed they put out something like this on a physical
bad
format.
taste.
Yeah.
And if there's no patches or nothing like that, then you have to play this game as a buggy mess.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yep.
Bad
if you
taste. in
lose
your
the data online, so it's just like it shows what a lot of these developers are doing now. They're just
Yep.
depending on that day one patch to fix their games as they go through,
mouth.
and it's just messed up. But I did get my platinum on it,
Yeah.
All right.
so I'll do that at least. But it was like, man, yeah, remothered broken porcelain.
Must have been a struggle.
After
To
seeing
go
it,
through that.
after seeing the end of the first one, I was like, oh, nope, I will never see this game again. That was not a good ending. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but I was not a fan. I was like, what the hell is this? It was just
Jason,
weird.
I know you beat the first one. Okay.
It was weird.
Turbo, you got any others?
Let's see.
That was a clock tower also.
I'm gonna run off the last few.
Yeah.
Eric did Resident Evil 6. Jet Set Radio Future. Got that in there.
Oh,
I
okay.
liked it, had a good time with it, but when they took away the time away from the stages, like you're supposed to do the graffiti thing. You don't even do the motions for the graffiti anymore. You just press the button, it goes. It makes
Yeah,
it,
they took out a bunch of
They
stuff.
took that out, and you just didn't feel the pressure to go through the stage. You didn't have that tension and that.
It was too open world for me.
It was too open. It was great, but they should have kept those parts where the time goes down. It was like I didn't like that. Let's see, Phantasy Star 3. We went over that. Transformers: Fall of Cybertron.
Oh,
Wow.
Great story, great art. I love the art, and I love the game. It's a great game. But it was originally a multiplayer game.
Oh.
The sequel, the first one was, you had a Decepticon campaign, and it was multiplayer. Then it went into the Autobot campaign, and it was multiplayer still. And I like the way the first one did it. And this one, they integrated, they changed the roles, the Autobots and Decepticons switching, but they kept it one player. I understand why they did it, because they wanted to make, certain Transformers gameplay unique and stuff, but I just don't like it when you have a sequel to a multiplayer game and they make it one player. It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
I feel like it's that's more of a disappointing sequel than a bad sequel because that game was great.
That was that's what I'm saying. Well, yeah, it's a great game though. It was an awesome game.
But was it better than the first one? It's basically what it comes down to.
Well, I mean, I'm used to
fact
playing
that it's
games
not
by
multi-
myself to begin with, so I feel like it was definitely better than the first one.
Well, when you take out features though in a sequel,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
never a good thing, man.
I enjoyed both games. I like the first one better. The end of the second one was amazing. The design on Optimus Prime was better than the first one.
Oh yeah, I don't know what they.
He got too chunky and they closed up like his windows and
His
shit.
windows
Y'all
it's like,
fucking up Optimus Prime, man.
Not cool.
Okay.
And I have Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2.
I love his face.
Chalk is mad at you.
I love Chocolate
I'll
face.
tell you, this is my problem with 2. Okay,
Uh-oh.
Nick Fury, freaking possessed as an end boss. Come on.
That was a whack boss.
Compared to Doctor Doom in the beginning, and Part 3 you got Thanos. It's
point.
like, come on, you got it's Part 3 blew it out the frame. Part 1 you had Silver Surfer, had an excellent roster. And then Part 2, it's like they took out people. They tried it too much with the Civil War thing. It was kind of cool, but they wanted to bring everybody together against Nick Fury. Like come on.
Yo, look at Chalk's face. Look at Chalk's face. He ain't
Can't
feeling
argue
that.
with that.
Chalk ain't feeling that. He ain't feeling that at all.
Chalk had no
It
argument.
was a good game. It wasn't a bad game, But as a sequel to the first, it just. And plus, there was much more special moves per character in the first game, and in the second game they just cut a lot of them out. And just
That
gave
is
4.
true.
They
That's
just gave
true.
4.
Okay.
And they did the same thing in Part 3 where they gave 4 special moves, but it felt like enough in Part 3. It didn't feel like enough.
3
in
was
Part
dope.
2.
3 is amazing.
So they didn't do enough to beat part 1.
Exactly, didn't do enough.
It's the same with Devil May Cry, man.
Transformers on the NES.
That doesn't
never-
count.
There was
That
a
doesn't count.
Transformers
I didn't-
game on
I didn't even play
Nintendo.
that.
It was Japanese only. It was,
Dreadful.
I was gonna say
It
I've
was
never,
dreadful.
I've never played it.
Dreadful.
It was like an Atari game where you
Oh.
die in 2 seconds.
Oh,
It was the hardest game of all time.
Yep.
My last game. I
Stikz.
just have
Oh,
one
you
more. I'll
got
get this out.
Okay.
I'll be fast. Smash Brothers Brawl.
Oh.
Yes, I think that was a bad sequel to Melee.
With the trip.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like you had the trip
And
it was
extra, the jumps are extra like
It didn't feel as good
extra long,
as Melee.
floaty.
Floaty. It was the gameplay was slower, much more. Didn't feel as competitive, and it felt like way skewed, way casual, casual audience they were trying with that. You know? And that's why everyone loves Melee. But they brought it back with the freaking 3DS when the Wii U. But everyone's like, no, Melee.
Nah, fuck Melee.
And nothing's beating Ultimate. Ultimate's the best in the series. But
Easily.
Brawl, I thought that was a bad sequel.
All right. I got a
That's
quick 3. I'm not going to go into it too much. But on what they say on here? I missed it. It's all there. But
Metal Gear Rising.
Metal Gear Rising.
Oh,
That was not a
yeah.
bad sequel.
That-
I mean,
that-
that's
that's
not a
not a
sequel.
bad
Metal Gear Rising's not a sequel.
That's its own thing.
It's a
and that was a
spin-off.
great game.
And Metal Gear Rising was fun as fuck.
Yes.
I
That was a great game.
love Metal Gear
if you
Rising.
say that's
That's
a
the
bad
one with
sequel.
Raiden, right?
You chop
yeah,
the boss
just
into
chopping
bits.
people
You
up.
chopped that some bitch into pieces. That's fucking
If you
amazing.
say that's a bad sequel and not Metal Gear Survive,
Metal Gear Survive.
No.
you
Metal
have to
Gear
count
Survive,
that.
yes.
You got to count
if
that as a bad
if you
sequel.
count that as a
yeah,
sequel,
you have to count Metal Gear Survive.
I think you
count that.
meant Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah, I hope you meant that. We hope
Rising
you
was dope.
meant that.
Yeah, Rising was dope.
I love that game.
I think he meant Metal Gear Survive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it does.
All right, good. Okay, then we redeem yourself. That's what you meant.
I got ActRaiser 2
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
yeah.
because you can't compare that to ActRaiser 1 in the
Yes.
slightest.
We've
They
seen
took out
destroyed
the
that.
part where you're God.
Yeah. They took out the SimCity part,
Yeah.
but they destroyed the action part. And that was like the point of getting back to the action part
Yeah.
in part 1. And they just put into it and it was a trash game.
Regretful.
Banjo-Kazooie, Nuts and Bolts.
Pause.
For the 360.
Yeah. So
Horrible game.
they changed the game and made it into like some Lego creator game where you build stuff.
Because that's when Microsoft bought Rare, and they were like,
They didn't know what to do, man.
They had no idea how to.
And they
had no idea what they
they
were doing.
single-handedly destroyed that franchise.
Yes.
And to this day, they haven't had another one like it.
Just popping on Smash Brothers.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
I don't know what to do, so I'll just pop in there.
surprise.
And Batman Forever.
Batman. But which one? There were so
All of
many
them.
bad. But I'll say they're all
All
bad.
of
I
them.
think they're all bad.
Genesis.
Super Nintendo, Genesis,
one.
arcade.
Pick one.
All of them. No, they were all the
digitized.
same game. That
pick one.
Arcade was
digitized what?
arcade was a
They're
little different. He had the big yellow fucking
The
thing.
digitized one.
The digitized
that
one.
looked like Mortal Kombat.
And then you had Robin in the fucking the pajamas
it was trash.
with the bow stick.
It was a terrible
Yeah,
Batman.
yeah. Oh, those are terrible.
I tried to like it so much.
I did
are
too.
good.
I did
forgot.
too.
I forgot about that game.
We played through the Cyan one, but it wasn't. Yeah, it's
It
not.
was a bad game.
It's not a it's not a good game. It's not a good game.
Terrible game. And Cyberpunk for last gen.
Damn.
You play that? I have it. I haven't even played it yet.
No, but not for the PC. It's a great game, but for the last gen, you get outed for that. That's a bad sequel. So
All right.
that's it. That's all for me.
I have 4 left. One of them I got digitally, so I will name that now, and that is Sonic Forces.
Sonic Forces is bad.
Not a bad game. It just wasn't finished. It was very glitchy when I played it, and it was a great concept. I loved everything about it. I got it at launch, and I had a lot of faith in it because it looked amazing.
Sega's like
A great concept. They had it, where it switches from 3D into 2D side scrolling,
Yeah.
like original Sonic.
My generation.
And it's awesome.
Which
And
was
then the boss battles were bad. It was glitchy. It was just a glitchy mess. Like you just kept falling off because when it goes to 3D, like you just fall off the platform. And
They never figured out 3D.
Listen,
Sonic.
I
3D
every
platform
They
is
should
hard.
put
every
rails.
game I have on my Switch, right? That I download the digital version. I don't delete them.
Yeah.
Every single game I have on the Switch, except for that. That's the only game that I bought. That was a regrettable purchase. I deleted that, man. I can download it again, but I don't even want to. I don't even want to play it.
I don't want to see this.
I don't want to
game
look at
anymore.
it. Like I gave it its fair shot. I'm like I paid money for this. I'm gonna
full
play it.
price, right? Like
Yeah, man.
how much? How much?
Well, I don't
was
wanna
it
say
60?
that. No, I think it was like 40. I think
Damn.
it was like 40.
Ooh, that hurts.
But still, dude, man, it's like Reggie was saying, like these developers are relying on the day one patch, and that's one thing that I think it definitely suffered from, which is like
I hate that.
they
shit.
just
That
like
pisses
come on,
me
man.
off.
I'm sure if I download it now, hopefully they freaking patched it enough to be playable, but it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth when you first experience playing the game that you're dying to play.
That's why I appreciate
yourself.
like games like Evil Within 2 that's like ready to go, no patches,
Right.
no nothing. You get the whole game
Right.
and that's it. No issues,
Right.
That's why I appreciate shit like that. But like
Yeah,
when you get like games that are like, oh, this and that, oh, I gotta wait for a patch to enjoy this.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
not even 100%. I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah, like Cyberpunk 2077. I have it still, and I didn't even take it out the wrapper because I know I've looked at all the reviews. I've looked at everybody complaining that it's just a buggy mess, and I'm waiting for that patch. I'm waiting for it because I'm playing it on the PS4, but I don't, and I know.
Oh,
it's
you
not
have the
optimized.
PS. You have the PS4.
Obviously, I'm not playing it on PS5. I don't have that
That's
shit. I'm not playing it on the PC, but
Yeah, just return.
maybe I should play it on the PC. Maybe I should play it on the PC.
What else you
But
got?
all right, 3 games left. I got I love this series, all right? And this isn't a bad game, all right, but this is just a disappointing game. All right? This is Dead Space 3. And this is actually for the yes.
he said no.
And the reason why I don't like this out of the whole series is for the opposite reason that Turbo said that they took out the multiplayer and they add but in this one they added multiplayer, which in a horror game, listen, man, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's not as scary. It's not as scary
Alvin,
when you do that. man.
Alvin, I have to argue with you on that, man. There's a
Alvin,
lot
okay,
of
good.
co-op games that are horror.
Yeah.
They're actually like obscure on
Obscure,
PS2.
man.
Obscure is good. No, they're good.
See? Resident Evil Outbreak.
Okay.
If you got a chance to play those,
No, I didn't play
there's not
No,
there's not
those
that
are
many
good.
of them.
Those are good.
But Man, because I guess I'm arguing because me and Joel are actually playing through Dead Space 3 right now on his channel.
Okay.
And I like it, man. I can't believe you didn't really like that one.
If you're gonna ask me what's your favorite Dead Space out of the 3, out of the trilogy, I'm gonna say 2. 2 is my favorite.
Okay.
It's the best, like as far as action horror. Okay?
Would you say 3 was better than 1 and 2 though?
One was
That's the thing.
one was
You can't
survival
say that.
horror. It was more like psychological survival horror. 2 was an action horror. They added more action in it. Very similar to Evil Within 2. Very similar as far as action horror. 3, I feel like they were just competing with Gears of War, and then we're like, all right, we need to add humans now. We don't need to have necromorphs. We need to have humans, and we got to have them in there. We got to,
You can't play humans in that.
No,
The aliens
man.
looking like they did?
I was just thrown out of the whole thing, man. You're on another planet, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I listen. I beat the game. I did enjoy playing it. All right, I did enjoy it, but it just left a bad taste in my mouth.
And when you say that, you gotta say Lost Planet too.
Oh well, shoot. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, that's probably worse.
Yeah.
That was probably way worse. But yeah, that Dead Space 3. Real quick, Fable 3.
We played Fable 3.
Another disappointing
I
sequel.
stopped.
Not a bad sequel.
I stopped.
Just disappointing because there's more of 2.
And there's co-op in there too. It's just
There
fucked
is
up.
co-op.
It's fucked up, and
It was just too much of the same.
I didn't like the theme.
The pirates?
I didn't like the theme.
The pirates?
Listen, from 1 to 2,
Not enough
was-
booty.
Oh, man. Not enough booty.
from Fable 1 to Fable 2 was a really good, well done transition.
I like those.
From 1 to 2, but from 2 to 3, it was literally like this felt like an expansion. Like this could have been DLC. It really could have. It didn't feel like it didn't feel like a sequel.
No, that's true.
It didn't feel like
That's
a
a
sequel.
good point.
Assassin's
it
Creed
wasn't
Black
bad.
Flag? Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
I actually loved
Wow.
Black Flag.
Not to say it was a bad game, but it was a downloadable content. That's extra.
And
I thought of the Assassin's Creed.
and this is another one. This might be controversial because this was actually a highly, really the highest selling
It was
version
successful.
of this.
Successful.
Right? But Castlevania Lords of Shadow and the sequel, Part 2, both of these games.
God of War game.
Oh, man,
it's God of
dude.
War with a whip.
Dude, it wasn't Castlevania, man.
God of
I'm
War
like-
with a whip.
Yeah, it's God of War,
Yep.
wannabe God of War.
God of War with a whip.
I would have put
Yo.
Castlevania 64 before it, though. Just because. Just because. If I had to pick a Castlevania, I would have picked those before.
Well, it was like a ripoff of Shadow of Colossus.
'Cause they were done good.
Of God of War.
They were done good. It just wasn't Castlevania.
It just wasn't
Just take the name
Castlevania.
off. Just take
Yeah.
the name
Just
off. It's
wasn't
fun.
Castlevania.
How about Lord of Shadow? Lords of Shadow.
Didn't you have a good game?
Great game.
Yeah.
And they try to be epic, like after the second stage, like putting on that.
Dude, man. The music.
I'm like, get this shit out of here. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Why are you trying to be all epic? Nothing happened.
Yeah, slow motion and shit.
That shit was trash, man. Because Castlevania is known
Yeah.
for its soundtracks, but
Yes.
they try to get off on like
Yes.
the second stage.
That's
Fuck
gonna
outta
be
here.
gonna be Resident Evil 8 now.
Get shit out of here.
They're gonna do the same thing.
Resident Evil 8. Vampires.
Those same werewolves and all that.
Oh shit!
Vampires and werewolves.
I just saw Peter Cap in the chat. Peter Cap, Cap.
What's up, man?
Knew it had to be coming.
Yep.
It's like we got Tourette's, man. It's like nobody walks in.
He knows the reaction.
Anybody else got anything?
Actually, we're about
That's
to be
it.
out of time.
I'm done with my.
Kev, you have anything?
I'm
You
done
said
with my
yet?
list, man.
I'm good.
That was it?
That was it.
That was it.
Yeah, we're about
Yeah,
to hit
man.
3 hours right now.
Yeah, man.
Oh shoot, we're about to hit 3 hours.
Look at that, right on time.
And you know what that means, Reggie? It's been fun, dude.
You guys kicking me out of here?
Yeah.
That was very graceful.
Yeah.
Yo, dude. Yo, man.
No, man.
Listen, we have you. Obviously, this is your fourth time, fourth
This is the
time.
fourth time.
I
I think it's
Fourth
fourth
time,
we've
right?
had Reggie.
Yeah, man.
We've had you fourth time here. We've had John Riggs. We've had John Hancock. What's up with Metal Jesus, man? What's going on?
You know what, man? We need to call Jason now, man. Jason, if you're watching, man, you need to come on the show, man. Get your webcam and join Level 857's podcast immediately.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll send that to him.
Yes. Everybody out there in the chat, man, hit up Metal Jesus. Let him know.
We
You gotta
waiting.
get-
Y'all
you
want
gotta-
to see
you
him?
gotta
Y'all want to
get-
see him on the channel?
You gotta get us.
He can
gotta
use
get
his
him
phone.
Yeah.
He can use his phone.
Yeah,
you
actually,
use
your phone is
You
pretty good.
can't use his phone. You're right.
You could use
You're
your
right.
phone. Hey, listen, we got extra webcams. We can send them. We can mail them out.
Yeah. We got so much extra.
We got so
shit,
much
man.
camera equipment. We got a lot of stuff over here. We could send it right.
got
over.
'em, we
Just
got
let us
'em.
know what you need.
Let's get on here.
Let us know what you need, man. We got you. We got you. We got microphones. We got it all.
We got microphones. What you need? What you need? Ethernet cable.
Yeah,
what you got?
Ethernet cable. What
What
you
you
need,
need? Some
man?
headphones?
Just
We got
let us know.
headphones.
Just
What you need?
let- We'll hook you up. We'll hook you up.
Need some microphones? $10. What?
We got a hotspot. We'll send it to
Oh, man. But anyway, no, it's been fun, dude. Yeah, man, we're gonna definitely see you again. This
We
is,
gotta schedule that BigChoco versus Radical Reggie, the tiebreaker.
Yeah,
we gotta get that
Oh, yeah.
going. We gotta schedule
Nah,
that.
because the first one was like a training battle. The last one we had was the real battle. So
I knew
when I
it.
saw his skills, I had to. No, I'm just playing. I can't troll. It's hard for me to troll in person, man.
My
That's
man
right.
said, and I quote, "I ain't giving Chalk no rounds."
Nah,
Excuse
we'll
me?
do it again. So that'll be fun.
oh, dude.
The people want to see it. The people wanna see
Media
it.
Glitch versus Love 857 and Among Us is gonna happen. Yeah, it's
Oh,
gonna
snap.
happen. I don't know when,
Oh,
but
they're
it's
gonna
gonna
happen?
happen.
But that's not really a versus game because the imposters
is.
get picked at random.
So we
We're
can get
all
them.
versus
We
each
can get
other.
them
Yeah, but
first.
we're all versus each
Yeah.
other, so it kind
Yeah,
of is.
yeah, we're not really against Media Glitch. It's just
No.
we're all against like
No,
I,
we're all-
I'll,
we're all
I'll kill
against.
I'll kill one of y'all and love
Yeah.
it. You know, like that's fine.
Yeah, like you always
Yeah.
do, you scumbag.
But yeah, some crossovers got to happen
Yeah,
soon.
man.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah.
I like that happen.
Yes, sir.
So let's say our goodbyes. Goodbyes.
Reggie.
Always a
Thank you for
pleasure,
coming
Reg.
through, Reggie. Always a pleasure. Catch you later, rival.
All right, man.
You should catch you
man.
later, rival. That's right. We gotta get that rematch popping, man. We need to see that. They both got
Oh yeah,
They both got a match each.
it's gotta happen.
But I think next time it shouldn't be one match. We gotta do like a best of 7. We gotta
Oh, yeah,
do
nah,
like
definitely.
First one to 4. That's convincing. You know, 4.
I got to get in there too, though.
Well,
I got the game.
Yeah.
I got the game.
Well, then you go pick the bones. When Chalk's done eating, you go pick the bones.
I might have to get revenge. I don't know how it's going to go down.
Oh yeah. But
Man. Yes, place your bets, yeah.
place your bets, y'all.
Place your bet.
And also, check out our live stream schedule every single week. We got Tetris Tuesday with Algie 857. That's me. That's me. Yes.
That's you.
Yay.
You.
Every Tuesday.
You.
I was gonna say Monday.
Wow. You're about to lie to
I
people.
almost stuttered and said Monday, but yes, Tuesday. Tetris Tuesday.
Tetris Mondays.
Tetris Monday.
Imagine that doesn't even sound right.
And of course, as you're watching this now, you're gonna see this live and say, "What the heck is he saying this for?" Well, every single Wednesday,
That's right.
we have our podcast live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Every single Wednesday, and we might have a guest. We might have a cool topic. You don't know, but you got to follow us on all our social media so you keep in the loop.
All up in the loop.
And check
right.
out our TikTok.
That's right.
TikTok.
Yep, Chalk be dancing.
TikTok.
Chalk be dancing.
Chalk
Nah,
be
that's
dancing.
on my OnlyFans.
No, that's the OnlyFans.
Oh, it's
That's
OnlyFans.
That's separate. That's
I don't
separate.
have that.
Link in bio. Link in bio.
Yeah, link in bio. Get on Chalk's
In bio.
OnlyFans. Get on Chalk's
Then of course we got Throwback Thursdays with who?
me, Stikz.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think we're going to go.
Yeah.
I think this month we're going to be doing some PlayStation 1.
Oh, PlayStation.
Nice.
PlayStation 1.
That's
Yeah,
exciting.
man. Some original PlayStation this month.
Some Puzzle Fighter.
There we go.
No.
Come on, man. Some Puzzle
I got my
Fighter.
games picked out.
Come
man.
on, damn it, man. Gotta discuss it with me first. Let me say.
They ain't no puzzle fighter.
And then, of course, everybody's favorite, Fighter Fridays with your boy, BigChoco.
Yeah, man. And this Friday we playing Smash Brothers Ultimate for Smash Fridays. So
Oh, snap.
I'm taking on all challenges. You want to come fight level 857?
Pause.
I'll be there.
Oh,
I said fight. I don't know why
Yeah,
you
I don't know
pausing
what
for.
to
I don't pause in a fight. I handle my
There
business.
you
I
go.
knock
There
people
you go.
out.
There you go.
Okay.
So
Make
make sure.
swords like
I just don't want people
Conan.
to edit it the wrong way.
Yeah, listen, I don't know what's going on with YouTube and their notification thing. I know everybody's been complaining about it getting late, whatever, 30 minutes after you're live and whatever.
Sunrise
Yeah.
said, I ain't going to an OnlyFans.
Yo, you fuck around. Somebody's actually gonna make an
Yeah.
OnlyFans with you.
Yeah,
They're
well,
gonna take screen caps of you and make an OnlyFans page.
Yeah, give me a cut. Chill.
You gotta see a deep fake of you in a towel. Like, that ain't me. That ain't me.
Oh man, dude.
That ain't me.
That would be
that'd be
amazing.
I can't.
But everybody out there, thank you so much in the chat. You guys are always awesome. Thank you so much for your
Appreciate
feedback.
y'all.
Absolutely.
It's always appreciated. Tune in next Wednesday, man. We got some good stuff for you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And
Yeah,
until then,
baby.
you know what you got to do.
Subscribe.
That's right. Hit that subscribe button, man.
Hit that like
If you
button.
haven't already, hit that subscribe, hit the like.
And yeah, hit
Leave
that
a
like
comment on the videos, the edited videos, not this shit. The edited videos.
Don't forget to share all our stuff
man.
on social media too. And if you're
Yeah,
listening
man.
to the audio podcast, give us the highest score you possibly can because it all matters.
Or not. You don't have to. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Give us the best score if you think we did a good job. How about that? That's fair.
And
That's
it's not
fair.
just,
And tell some people
Just
about
don't do
us.
anything.
Tell some people. Spread the news.
Yeah, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a grandma.
Exactly.
until it-
Especially grandma.
Yeah,
If y'all in school, tell your whole high school.
for real.
Yeah, man.
That's like 2,000 people.
Yeah, tell them all, because we all know you got YouTube accounts, so
Exactly.
follow us.
Exactly.
Absolute.
Have a good one, guys.
Thanks for the love, guys.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning into the podcast. If you want to see the full, raw, uncut madness and mayhem, click the link to the full show in the description below. See you next week.